and welcome back to another episode of Open Hearts, the weekly tabletop RPG.
Woo!
And
Woo!
tonight is episode 51. We have passed the big milestone of 50.
Yay!
Let's go!
By
Let's
this time
go,
next year, we'll be in the
baby!
triple digits. Woo!
Oh god, that
Yes.
sounds so weird.
Insane.
But, if you remember where we left off on last session, you had gone to the Harpy Roost with Farron and gotten to see the harpies and the flock and the baby.
The baby. It is so small.
You then visited with Dusk to discuss the next steps as you'll be descending into the Red Plateaus. And, well, somebody did some dot connecting. Colbart connected some dots.
Connect shit.
Colbart connected a few dots about the attempted assassination that had happened at the beginning of the journey while in Elmlo. And brought up the fact that it could possibly be Kalina's ex-fiancé. Which Kalina was not too happy to hear this theory. And she ended up leaving for the Deep Realm to talk with a friend, Aim, where she cried and vented, and they talked about their exes. But,
Invented.
yes. Meanwhile, Colbart and Tagok, both a little heated, decided they were gonna figure out some ways to combine their elemental catalysts to make them more powerful and to, do some combo attacks.
Yeah.
And towards the end was when Kalina finally came back and joined in. But the day is still young and there is still much to do, like going to the seamster's shop and commissioning this dress that needs to be made for Veranda.
Yeah.
So, currently the trio is standing outside in the courtyard. And Sarzoth, you come downstairs to see that a lot of the staff are kind of just huddled by the windows watching.
An ordinary occurrence in this book, come to think of it.
Sorry, what? I'm making food. I heard what you said, but my brain is
Sarzoth
too
comes,
ADHD.
Yeah. Sarzoth comes down the stairs and sees that the staff of the manor are sort of grouped by the windows, looking out into the courtyard. Something's going on out there.
What's going on? Is the two poor people fighting each other out there?
One of the
Fucking hell,
Sarzoth-
man.
one of the maids.
Sarzoth?
He's rude. He's rude. We love him. He's rude. One of the maids turns around and says, "No, Lady Tagok and Mr. Colbot and she's like trying to figure out a way to say what she's thinking, and she like scratches her head. And then you hear just from one of the other people in the group say, "Weird magic shit."
Oh, so the usual. Why are you so shocked by it?
Well, we've never seen them do this before. They're combining it. Like, mixing and stuff. And, she, like, sort of turns back to the window to look out to see if they're doing anything else interesting.
It's like, shit, I don't want to miss the show.
This is so interesting.
We're watching our show.
Yay.
watching our
The
board.
Free
drama.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Free entertainment.
Yep.
Actually, they get paid to watch.
Yeah, they get
us.
paid. They get
Yeah.
paid to watch us. Yeah, they get paid for this.
Yep.
We are a very entertaining group.
Yeah.
Funky little guys. But yeah, Sarzoth, according to the staff, Tagok and Kulbart are out mixing their magic in the courtyard.
What do you mean by that? 'Cause that can be taken out of context quite fast.
One of the younger maids sort of like looks wide-eyed at you and like is like oh, that's what you think it means.
Oh no! Yeah, we got a bunch of kinky people in the maid staff. Okay.
And she says, "Oh, not like that. They're using their different elements and sort of using them to play off of each other. They made a fire tornado earlier."
Never heard of that move.
"Well, why don't you come look for yourself? Or go out and ask them."
I don't know, they might ask me to join them.
And a couple of them sort of look and they're like, you know what they're thinking? They're like, ooh, I wonder what he could add.
Oh no!
It's like, ooh, I want to see what they can do.
Magic.
Sarzoth sees
Magic.
this and he's kind of like, So he just goes, my magic's rather boring to other people, because all you see is me teleporting everywhere as I stop time. At least for everyone but myself. Boring, honestly.
One of the older staff sort of like tilts their head and looks at you like, oh, sweetie. And she says,
Like, oh, sweetie.
don't say that. Your magic is special, just as everyone else's.
Just saying you would be rather bored by it.
Oh,
He's like, bro, don't
it's
downplay
funny.
me.
She just laughs a little bit and she's like, well, you never know unless you try. Go out there and give us a show. And she kind of winks at you.
Oh,
Oh
Gestures
my
towards the door.
God.
I was like, go ahead.
Alright.
Be cool. Go be cool.
I'm gonna do a thing that may cause some trouble. Hold on, let me go into my D&D Beyond real
oh,
quick.
no.
Oh God.
He's gonna-
be your bastard.
For everyone,
He's gonna
for
teleport
right in front of us.
specifically Arrows,
Mm-hmm.
I've never used this move yet. I'm gonna
Alright.
pull a Josuke.
Alright.
He's gonna
I think
You
you
know
attempted
teleport
exactly
to
right
what
in
I'm
front of us
talking
and
about.
scare the shit out of us.
I think you attempted to use this one once before but failed the roll.
Okay.
I think it might have been during your
Uh,
original fight
let's
with
see, what was
Tagok, like the
the-
first
Yes.
Maybe. Alright. Sarzoth is going to immediately punch the shit out of her. And then
Just wait.
Bruh!
he's-
Just wait.
just
Shut
wait,
up.
just wait.
Hush, my child.
I need to roll persuasion real quick.
I hope it works.
I really hope so.
Oh.
Oh, it most definitely worked. Alright.
Alright,
I
good.
got a 22. I need a 9.
Good.
I then revert time on her to how her physical body was 10 minutes ago, so she is perfectly fine now. Just mildly traumatized.
Oh my God.
From
Elena's
her
gonna be
perspective,
so mad when she hears about that.
Why would
from-
you do that?
from her
Why?
You
perspective,
wanted to see my magic?
You kind of just like make a little face, like a slight cheeky, and then she doesn't exactly see, but she kind of feels the presence of something looming behind you before feeling the force of many punches without the pain hit her. And then, boom, nothing. There's a little flutter of fabric from the movement, but that's all. And she just sort of stands there, a little perplexed. Like, what the fuck just happened? And she just sort of blinks. And she says, huh. What was that you just did? Sorry. Hello? What the fuck? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, god damn it. I can't hear any of you guys. Something's fucked. Y'all are talking? No, I cannot hear you guys. It's not even showing up on the I wonder if Discord's just being a shithead, because it usually is.
What?
Hello?
Yes, everything's fine now. Discord just decides...
Hey,
Can you
I don't
hear
know.
us?
Yeah, I can. Discord
It
just
just was, I was
decided
okay.
it was
Said
going
going.
to be horrible.
Hmm.
Thank you, Discord, for sucking ass. But...
Oh, no.
Yep. Technical difficulties. The anthem every session.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything after I basically said, she asks, what did you just do? Sorry's off.
Oh, he has to explain that again.
I'm
No.
sorry! Fuck!
No, I'm not mad
It's
at you.
okay.
I'm mad at Starzop.
Double trauma.
Well, what did you say,
he
Sarzov?
goes, he says, well, I punched you so many times that I reformed your facial structure, and then I reverted your body to what it was 10 minutes ago, so that technically nothing ever happened.
Fuck,
Oh,
man.
God.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Fuck, indeed. What
The fact that he just casually does it
if this group
without batting an eye.
if this group you were with were a normal one, I'd call you crazy, but... honestly... I believe it.
the fuck?
Just know, if I wasn't positive that that wouldn't have worked, I wouldn't have done it.
Tell that to the dice,
That's
bitch.
not comfy, man.
She smiles and she pats you on
It's
the
not
shoulder
up to you.
before walking off, supposedly to continue her duties.
And then there's just the other maids and butlers just like, what the fuck?
Ah, the f has happened? Damn.
I mean, nothing happened, technically.
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 Sarzov,
Interesting.
exactly.
Just
like-
interesting.
You remember that scene where he punches the guy in the hospital to make him not injured and then proceeds to fucking punch him out of the hospital window? That's like
Oh
that
my
sounds like something
God.
Sarzoth would
What?
do.
Yeah.
That scene is exactly something Sarzoth would do.
So
Heal
here,
a
I
person
will-
just to beat
for,
them
for
up
those
again.
two.
It's a JoJo reference.
Ah, damn. Sarzoth and Tegak are really fucking similar.
Yeah.
Except Tegak's just like, just throw him out the window in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't even bother healing them.
Don't even bother. Just keep going.
Tegak is a lot more efficient
Yeah.
Exactly.
and a lot more straightforward. Sarzoth is
Sometimes you don't have the
simplistic.
time to heal them. Sometimes you just have to kick them apart.
Yeah. Well, the context of the scene is the guy's like, "You can't beat me up. I'm injured. I'm already fucked up." And then he's like, "Well,
She's
you know
like,
what?
Good.
He baps him, and then he heals it, and all of his injuries are healed. And he's like, "Now there's no excuses, bitch." And then he fucking flies. It's like an outside cut of the hospital, and him being fucking rocketed out the window into the courtyard.
See, Tegak would just be like, you think I care?
Yeah. Tegak.
Barbecues on the menu, boys.
Anyways,
I'm trying to find the. I'm trying to find the scene from JoJo's that entire thing is inspired off of to show
yeah.
everyone what my brain is thinking.
Alright.
Mhm.
It's the scene where someone insults his hair, and so he punches a hole in them, and then he heals them.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay.
That one was
Oh my
fucked.
god.
And then
All
there's
right,
the
let's-
one where he.
Can we continue?
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
but
It's only 8:30 and we're already getting distracted.
It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. Doesn't matter. There's no god.
It's Jade.
Also, this is definitely not
Jade
the
is
first
gone.
time he's done this. His father has.
Guys, come on, please.
Guys.
All right. Hey, that was lore right there.
It is
You
lore.
kept wanting to talk about a JoJo video.
I'm not talking about a JoJo video anymore, though. Talking about something Sarzoth did.
Alright, so what does Sarzoth do after he punches and fixes a person?
Are you gonna
He
go
usually
out to
goes
the
on with his
courtyard?
day.
Are you gonna go out to the courtyard?
Yeah,
and-
he's probably gonna go out and see what the hell's going on with this mixing of magic.
All right. So, Sarzoth, you go out the front door into the courtyard, and the three of them are talking. You know, brainstorming. Culbart is talking very excitedly. It's like, "Oh, we're gonna do some shit. We're gonna figure things out." But Culbart, you notice
Yep.
Sarzoth coming, and you're like, "Oh yeah, another one, another one,
Mhm.
Another one.
Another
Yeah.
another one." So,
Honestly, I don't know exactly what kind of skill sets Sarzoth has.
Sarzoth
for magic?
has fire, just like Tegak.
That's fire. We already got someone that has fire.
Double
Double the power?
the power.
I
I'll
don't.
just
let
make
me
a
look.
freaking nuke.
He doesn't have any fire magic, but he can get hot from being angry, which he's always angry, so he's always a little hot.
He's a little toasty.
Which is why he's blue.
I'm always angry.
It's like the one scene from Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing.
Immediately bursts into flame.
Yeah.
Can I get this fucking post? I can't get this. Okay, that's fine.
Later.
Well, Sarzoth, technically you could ask Astraeus.
Who's this person?
Your spirit!
Your spirit.
You're fucking lip
Oh.
snail, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the nicest way
You
possible,
stand.
there are so many names. There are so many names. I can't remember all
Okay.
of them.
Your stand, his name is
Okay,
Astraeus.
yes, Astraeus.
Astraeus.
I'm also
Your
brain dead
snail.
right now. And mildly... Never mind.
You're good. It's okay. But, Astraeus, you don't know this, but Kalina has kind of put this together that, Astraeus, your stand, is the, well, did y'all talk about it? I think y'all talked
Yeah.
about it over breakfast.
Yes.
But
Yes.
Astraeus is
Yeah.
the only Nala Sriracha catalyst wielder of frost that has ever existed. He was very powerful. He had a cold burning flame that he used. It's like, imagine.
Oh, so like the blue flames from Minecraft.
Yes.
Those are hot.
Okay, so imagine.
Yes and no.
Imagine like
It's cold flame.
the burn of dry ice or liquid nitrogen.
Like a
Or-
I see.
mist.
Just
It's not a
cold
mist,
flame.
it's an actual flame that's
Oh.
white, but it burns with cold.
But it's
Instead of
fucking
hot.
cold burn.
It's a cold burn. And he died. He's dead. And now he's stuck with Sarzoth.
And now he's a
Poor
snail.
Snail.
Poor man.
Mm.
He has to deal with so much crap from
Or
Sarzoth.
the
Even
guy
in the
can-
illustration of his death, there's just a snail in the background.
Yeah, tiny little snail.
Mhm.
There's a thing called cold fire, guys. And it does
Woo!
freeze stuff. Actually, this was
Anywhoosies.
actually a much better example of it. Hold on. There you go.
Anyways.
Yes, so, Astraeus. Him.
Yes.
You could ask Astraeus if he knows of any ways that he could, help combine some bullshit with the motherfuckers.
Combo time.
The story is, could you help them do whatever it is that they're doing? I don't really know the end goal of this.
You can you are able to see Astraeus come out, and he sort of stands next to you, hovering a little above the ground. And he says, well, it seems that they are trying to combine their elements to create new attacks. Lightning, fire, light, water. They have all of it. And technically, if I was still alive, I would be able to combine mine. But, unfortunately, my magic does not interact with the land of the living as it used to. Only my... And then he sort of, like, flexes his hand a little bit and he says, physical attacks can.
Oh. And Sarzoth kind of like gets a little snarky here. He's like, "The one thing you're actually useless at."
He turns his head slightly,
Either way,
squints at you, like, you motherfucker, you little shit. You only say that because you know I can't punch you.
Sarzoth just goes, "Oh, you can't give me that look. No, I'm right."
He just sort of rolls his eyes. Though it's not really visible all that much because he does not have, like,
Yeah.
irises or pupils. But you can kind of see it because he uses his head as well. But,
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it.
you can see him walk over to stand sort of near some of the group, and he turns to you, Sarzoth, and he says, "Would you be so kind as to tell Tagok to create a ball of fire in her hand?"
Tagok, could you get a little fire and on to
Okay, is it just me or did
Okay.
audio break up really bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were very robot there, hun.
Could you please repeat what you said? Discord decided to fuck up what you just said.
Yes, I can repeat that. Sarazov just, politely asks Tagok to make a little ball of fire. He has his respect for Tagok.
Yeah.
You notice Tagok just kind of like really rapidly spin around towards you because she didn't really like. She was having fun. She didn't really like notice that you were there. So she's kind of like, "Oh, what? Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just, just without asking, she just like holds out her hand and just she's like, "Okay, what we gonna do?"
All right. So only Sarzoth can see this, but you see Astreus sort of he cracks his knuckles, and then he takes his hand and he snatches the ball of fire out of Tagok's hand. And
Oh.
as it makes
Oh.
contact with his hand, it changes from her fire, which is red and orange, to white.
Oh.
And it
Oh.
sort of flares up and it like crackles like upwards. Like it's not just a solid ball, it sort of like tapers up into the sky as he holds it. And Tagok, you just see like a couple feet away from you, your fireball's hovering.
Yeah.
Can the rest of us see
What
this?
the?
Yes, all of you can see
What
like,
the fuck?
and Tagok, you can feel the coldness radiating off of it because you're the closest to it.
Mm-hmm.
The warming
She just
stone.
kind of like flaps her hand a little bit because that must have been felt very fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like, eh.
And she just looks at it, and it's just this weird mix of intrigue and confusion on her face. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of stands there and stares at it. Just kind of dumbfounded. She's like, "Okay, that's what? What?"
How's
Wait,
that
did it
happen?
turn,
She's
like,
just
white?
fucking standing there.
Wait, it turned white, right? And like everyone
Yes.
can see
Yes,
Yes.
it turned white.
it? Okay, Kalina, she does she recognizes it like Astreus is doing?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you can kind of recognize, like, you piece it together. Sarzoth was talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sarzoth asked Tagok to create a fireball, and then somebody snatched the fireball, and now it's white.
And now it's cold.
And now it's a cold fire.
Yeah, Kalina, she realizes it, and she's like, Astreus, was that you?
Wait,
Uh,
isn't Kalita inside the mansion?
No, she's
No,
out here.
No.
She's out
Is she
here.
out in the courtyard?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
out
out
in the courtyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she was inside the mansion for a hot second. Okay.
Oh no,
Never
no, we're
mind.
good. Yeah.
But
You
all
you kind of just
good.
see him turn and nod. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of nods a little bit, like a little bow.
yes.
I mean, Kalina can't really see him, but
You can feel his presence.
yeah. It's a weird vibe, paranormal. But
Yeah.
ooh,
Spooky.
supernatural even.
he's a ghost.
Ooh.
Oh.
So you can't. Yeah, Though you can't see
Yeah.
him, you can kind of vaguely feel what or where he is or doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't really know how or why, but you do.
It's like when you can
Kalina,
feel
she-
somebody watching you and then you turn around and there's nobody there. It's
Yup.
he gives that vibe constantly.
Uncomfy.
But yeah, Kalina, she senses this and is just like, of course it was you. Who else would make a cold fire?
He just kind of like turns over to Sarzov and just kind of smirks.
He's like, see? I'm being recognized.
Someone respects me.
I'm popular.
I'm popular with the nerd.
Haha, I'm noteworthy.
Sarzov.
Noteworthy.
Then you see Astraeus. He basically crushes the fireball in his hand, making it disperse. But from everybody else's
Mhm.
perspective, like they can vaguely see what looks like kind of a hand, but they can't see the hand. They can
Whoa.
only see the impression of the fingers curling
Yeah, the
around.
outline.
Like
Oh, that's so
the
cool.
indents it makes before it snuffs out the flame, and it just disperses into little crackling white sparks.
Mhm.
Then Astraeus
Whoa.
disappears.
Okay.
For you, Sarzoth, as well. Supposedly to join back with you.
Supposedly.
Yes. You can assume.
Kalina sees
Mm.
this and she's just so excited, like, oh.
It should
Dagak's
be-
just kind of standing there
It should be noticed.
and just like
Yeah.
lightly shaking her head.
It should be noted that you can also
Like,
tell just by
fireball.
how high the fireball was being held, that Astraeus is pretty tall.
Yeah.
You
He's a
know,
big man.
he's a tall guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he does also float, but yes.
Yeah, he floats, but if he were standing on the ground, he still would be extremely tall. A little bit taller than you, Sarzoth.
Mm.
You know, he's a big, powerful man.
Yeah.
Just my type.
Dagak's just kind of standing there like,
Stop letting them
My
yell at
fireball.
all. My
like what
fireball.
the fuck?
You took my
What the fuck?
fireball. What the fuck, man? Man,
What the fuck, man?
What the hell?
Like one of those side characters that accidentally gets caught up in the main plot and they're like, I'm not supposed to be here. This is beyond my understanding. Bye.
You know,
That.
I'm starting to
Uh.
like. I'm almost picturing Tagok. Like, you know how cavemen really like fire?
Oonga boonga.
Yeah.
I mean, Tagok is kind of the Oonga boonga of the group. She hit things
Yeah.
real hard. She levels strength.
Hey,
She's the,
she's kind
We're
of
not-
smart.
she's the strength build.
Yeah.
PM.
She at
Kalina's
least
rubbing off on her.
knows multiple languages, okay?
Yeah.
She knows magic.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But she's
But yes,
also
she is definitely
a little
She is
Oonga
the most
boonga.
thing
Oonga
ask
boonga
question
out of
later.
She's a little bit Oonga boonga, but we love her.
Yes, she is a kill first, ask question later kind of bitch.
Yes.
And we love her for that.
SpongeBob, you're supposed to ask him a question first.
What can I say?
Just like, no. I'm gonna cut his tongue out.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh, yeah.
do y'all wanna keep fucking around or out in the courtyard, or do you wanna do other things?
Kalina, she's,
Okay.
going to say, well, as much as I would love to stay right now, I do have some errands to run. I've got to go check the post office to see if there's any letters from my family or anyone else, as well as put in the commission for Veranda's dress.
Right, her dress. Gotta do that.
Yes. And if anyone would like to accompany me, you're more than welcome. Though it
Oh
might
yeah,
be a little
I would
boring.
like to.
You really
Arzok
want to
is
go to
good.
the post office?
Yeah, I would love to join you.
He wants to see
Aw.
the dress.
He wants to go.
All right.
He doesn't.
gonna
He
have
doesn't
to
have
go with
secret.
Kalina.
It's no. Don't say that.
What? I just said he wants to go with Kalina.
Sarza, he might have heard something else. Audrey heard something else and said, "Oh no, don't call out Sarzov. Don't call him out like that. He's not a little baby man."
He is a little baby man.
Little baby.
He's
Yeah,
he's
I'm
he's
not-
fangirling a little bit. He's fangirling a little bit.
Yeah. It's a
Over who? Miranda?
I don't think I need to answer that. I don't think I need to answer that.
when there are
If you
big
aren't catching on.
when there are big-breasted women involved, there are many. Sarzoth goes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Looks at Kalina.
Bitch, even I noticed
God
that.
damn it.
I noticed.
Anyway,
Anyways.
Kalina, she says, alright then. Just don't cause any trouble. And she kind of has a little bit of a playful smirk on her face.
Of course not.
He's gonna be a good boy.
And Kalina, she looks to the other two and says, would anyone else like to join?
I'll join in.
Yeah.
Alright.
Everybody's going to
Take
run
off.
some errands.
Yep.
Tegok always goes.
Tegok always
wherever
goes.
Kalina goes, she goes. Or,
She's
wherever Kalina
there.
goes, she
Don't even
goes.
have to ask at
Yeah.
this point. Truly.
Yeah. Yeah. She still likes to ask anyway.
Yeah.
She doesn't want Tegok to feel like she's being forced anywhere.
Yeah.
She has respect for her employees.
Do you want to come? Do
That
I
is
have a
true.
choice? Yes. I'm coming.
Yeah, you do.
She just pauses. I'm coming.
Okay.
Do I have a choice? Yes.
I'm coming anyways.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going anyway.
Fuck you. I'm coming anyway.
But yeah, Kalina, she nods and starts heading out of the courtyard. Alright, let's move on then.
Yeet.
To the post office!
To the post office.
Woo!
Kalina, you head on into the post office to see if there is any mail from your mother.
Yeah, hopefully
With
my
your
check is
paycheck.
in there so I can cash it in. And then I can use that money on the dress.
Yes. So you head on in, and the postal worker waves to you and says, "Hello, what can I do for you today?"
I was just coming in to check to see if I have any mail assigned for me.
Right.
Kalina Brightwood?
Right then, and then they turn around to the big thing of shelves that are all sorted by letter, and he goes and checks the K, and then he looks and he's like, maybe it's done by last name with this one. And he goes over to B and he's like, ah, there it is. Whoever wrote it put
Yay.
last name first. All right. And he hands it over and he
course
says,
you
there you
do.
go.
Alright, thank you so much.
Of course. Have a lovely day.
Yeah, but you as well. And Kalina makes her way out.
As you're leaving,
And,
the male dragon that is on their little perch sort of squawks at you.
No, little baby.
Male carrier dragons.
And she...
Yeah.
the little dragons. But yeah, Kalina, she opens the letter to Like, see what's inside.
You see that your check is in there, and then a letter from your mom.
Yay!
And she says, "Here's your check, darling. You're always so forgetful."
Hey.
And then there's a little heart that she
Yeah.
wrote on it.
It's like, I know, but hey.
That's
She
something
doesn't
I'm
really think
sensible
about her
about.
money first. Yeah, she doesn't really think about her money first. She's just like, oh, this is just my job. I help people.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to get paid for this,
Oh, wait, I
right?
get paid.
Oh yeah, the economy.
The economy.
Oh, yeah, the economy.
After that in the letter, it says, "Send me another letter if anything else interesting happens." She wants to know the tea.
Of course she does.
So she's gonna get a letter every fucking day.
It's Gwendolyn Brightwood. How else do you think she and Clement became friends?
Gossipy bitches. He's the gay best friend.
Uh-huh.
The gay best friend.
The gay best friend.
The gay best
And
friend.
then he introduced her to Mr. Edward, and she's like, "Oh, I like him."
Do you think that Clement at one point tried to romance Edward, but then Edward's like, "I am straight.
Probably.
Oh,
am
100%.
I'm straight.
100%.
Sorry." And he's like,
100%.
"Good news.
Whether tight
I have
homies
a
after.
friend."
Oh my god.
Yes, just a
Yeah,
friend.
absolutely 100%.
I have a friend who does not like men and likes women. Talk to him.
Ooh. Yep. But yes, you come out of the post office.
He definitely set them up on a date.
Yes.
Yes.
Kalina, you come out of the post office with your letter and your check. All is swell. And it's time to head on
Yay.
over to the dressmaker
Woo!
that you
Gonna
are
stop at the
already
bank
acquainted
first
with. Yeah.
to cash it in.
Yeah. Luckily, the
Because
bank
that
is
would
only a
help
few
with
doors down.
payment. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, go inside. I also need to check, cause like you put the amount of like how much Kalina's check would be, right? Like in
Yes.
player resources.
Yes, you get paid. Your monthly pay is 600 GP.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh,
So
Hell
that's
yeah.
your monthly
That's
your
a monthly. Oh
monthly
my
salary.
God.
Yeah, that's monthly.
Yeah.
Damn, girl.
Eris,
Yes.
question.
Mm-hmm.
For future reference, the wherever we're going to commission the dress, does he have like display dresses
Yes.
to kind of
they
pull off
do-
his work? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm asking because Sarzov may or may not do something when he gets there.
Oh boy.
All right.
Fashion show?
Well,
More or less.
so
I mean, he already bought Kalina a necklace.
he just him
Him.
shows
But yeah.
affection.
Cash again.
Yeah, you can't. Are you gonna cash all of it into your into your account to store, or are you gonna withdraw all the money, all 600?
I think I'm probably gonna withdraw all of it.
Yeah, and then keep the rest of it at the manor.
Yeah, because like there's no way I'm gonna walk around with that much money. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I just keep it stored away.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I know that I'm not gonna be on Ceruleus forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like at the most, like maybe a year. So like it wouldn't really collect that much interest anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like
Talking about building interest. You're fucking hilarious. You know that.
What?
Banking. Anyways, you get your money. I'm not gonna fucking do a play-by-play of you going to the bank. Jesus Christ. I've already done
Yeah,
enough adult
yeah,
bullshit.
Alright, add 600 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
And now, it is time for you to go to the dressmaker. This is the same dressmaker that you all went to get your custom-made things for the gala.
Yeah.
With
Oh, yay!
with our lovely boy, Bach, if you remember Bach.
I
The
remember
best
Bach.
boy, Bach.
Yeah.
I
Bach.
remember Bach.
And his mom,
Back.
and his mother, Margareta.
Don't insult them.
Bach is a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Bach the seamster. Ready to make adjustments to your garments. So, as you are walking up to the dress shop, they have the big display window in the front with like some new designs or like what's popular
Mhm.
or like, you know, their best work. And you all see in the window a beautiful gown. It is it's a tea-length dress, and the silk fabric is dyed an ombre from a very light pink to a sky blue, and it has pearls.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cute.
they're so pretty.
That is so cute.
And that is the one that is right in the
Yes.
center displayed
Amazing.
as a
Beautiful.
dress that you can have made with your custom measurements or colors.
Yeah.
So Seth kind of like runs in, like kind of fruity, you know, and
A little homosexual.
Gay walking.
yeah, and
Love him very
Um,
much.
anyways, he's looking at the dresses, and he sees one, and like, not saying that you would, but if Kalina ever had to convince someone of power to do something for her, that's the dress that she would first think of, you know?
Just
And
the
just goes
vibes.
over to, yeah,
I mean, like,
Just
since it's like
the,
T
like-
length, like T-length is like calf? Like calf
I
length?
think so.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Sarzov's
Well-
talking about this dress. He has found
No,
a
he is not.
dress
Yes.
that he
He-
thinks Kalina would use to get shit done. TM.
No, I'm trying to paint the picture. It's a slutty dress. And he goes over to Kalina, and he's like, "You would look really good in this."
17-year-old points at the sluttiest dress you've ever seen. You would look so good in that.
The confidence, man.
The teenager with mommy issues says to the resident mom of the group.
You would look really pretty in that dress. Kalina dies a little.
And Kalina, she's like, oh, I would?
Yeah, I think so.
And Kalina, like, she's looking at it, and like, you can tell that she's like she appreciates the compliment,
She's thinking about it
but at
too.
the same time,
She's thinking. She's like,
You're kind of thinking it
Hmm.
over.
She's
You
like-
might be right.
she's like, thinking in her head, could I use this to seduce Pharaoh? Can I use this to further seduce men?
With this dress, how much power of the world would I have?
Hmm.
Oh my god.
How many countries could I overthrow? I wonder.
How many countries could I overthrow by being a whore?
How many scandals must I start?
I mean, Kalina already did it a little bit back in the City of Indulgences with that dress that she wore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this time it would be tits and leg.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's leg back. It's
Collarbone.
Fleshy, sparkly.
it's one of those prom dresses that if you showed up into it, they would say, "No, no, you're not allowed to wear that." The school committee is like, "No, no, that's too much."
It's too much. But yeah, Kalina is just like she acknowledges it and then she continues on her way.
Oh, that reminded me of the fact that like half the girls in my school would just walk around half a tit out.
Play,
Damn, we could
Yeah.
never.
play, girl.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, we couldn't even have
mainly
our shoulders
because
out.
Yeah.
it's mainly I mean, it helps that we are in the time that we are now, but it's kind of shamed upon to invoke dress code or something like that. I mean, my friend wore weed pants to school one day.
Interesting.
The
Yeah.
you saying the one tit out thing, it made me think of a very specific woman from the 1600s who had dresses made to show off her favorite tit. It was out, like
Why-
out.
Why does that sound so familiar? I might be thinking of the wrong lady though.
I sent the picture of her. with
Oh,
her
that is
tit out.
not the one I was thinking about.
Oh.
Yeah, she had her dresses made to show off her favorite tit.
Oh.
Go off. Respect.
And
Anyway,
honestly,
Slay.
me too.
Yeah.
Go crazy, girl.
Go crazy, yeah, go stupid.
Mm-hmm.
anyway. Boobs aside.
Tits aside. So you know, y'all are in the main lobby of the dress shop now, and you see Aries, the clerk from last time, and he says,
Hey,
"Welcome back.
Aries. Hello, good to see you again.
You as well.
Good.
What are you in
Good to
here
be
for
back.
today?"
We are here for a commission. A rather big one. Literally.
He kind of raises his eyebrow and he says, "How big?" Show them
Someone
Actually,
who
no,
is
like, she looks
really
at the
fucking
notes.
tall.
She looks at the notes.
hands over the measurements. Like, oh boy.
Yeah, she looks at the notes to like see how tall Veranda is. How tall is she?
I think I said like 10-ish feet tall.
15? 15 might be pushing it.
I think it's like 12-ish feet tall.
Okay. Kalina, she briefly looks at the notes and hands them over. For a woman who's about 12 feet tall.
Oh my. Well, what do you have in mind?
Fuck, hold on, I gotta look at my hold on.
What do you have in
God.
mind?
Hold on, I gotta find my freaking notes again. I forgot to.
Good notes.
Okay. Alright, so. Okay, these are the only notes that I could find. Something like a twirly dress. It's like very flowy.
Fancy for dancing. Fun
Yeah,
dress to spin her
possibly-
around in.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalina, she continues. Well, it'd be more a dress made for dancing, I suppose.
Alright.
Very flowy, very easy to move around in.
He nods, takes down all the notes. He's like, alright.
Oh, I just realized something because Veranda also loves sunflowers.
Yeah.
That could be like something to do with like that could be something included with the dress. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that like pink's more her color, but pink
It
and
goes
yellow
well
go
with
nice
yellow.
together.
Pink and yellow.
Yeah. But yeah,
Plus,
Kalina
it'll
also
contrast.
mentions
If we put it on like the blue or purple section, it'll contrast really nicely.
Yeah.
Color theory.
But yeah, Kalina, she mentions the sunflowers. I would do a dialogue for that, but no. My throat is a bit sore because this morning I had to run to catch my bus. I had to ran
Aw.
2
Oh.
blocks.
Sad.
Oh no.
But
Yeah, I mean I got my bus, but
Ares nods and writes it down and says, "All right. Would you like to request a specific stylist to assist you with this, or would you like me to pick?"
Oh, I think it would be fine if you picked. Oh, no, don't put ice in the deep fryer.
If you're cold, they're cold. Put ice in the deep fryer. Yeah.
Oh,
But Ares says, "Well, considering you had such wonderful results with your last visit, would you be all right with Bach taking this one?" And he
of
smiles.
course.
He says, "All right, now just follow me back." And he sort of waves you back as he passes through the big curtain that leads to the back room.
Yeah, and Kalina, she follows, and I'm assuming everyone else does.
Yep.
As you are heading to the back, you see that Bach and his mother are working on drafting up a pattern, and they're talking with one another. It looks like they're coming up with some new designs.
Mm-hmm.
And walk over and Aries says, "Bach, you've got a customer." And he sort of looks up, like his ears perk up, and he's like, "Oh." And then
We're back.
sees you all, and he's like, "Oh, welcome back."
Hello again, Buck.
So,
Happy.
what are you gonna be getting this time?
A dress. Not for any of us, but someone we'll be meeting very soon.
Aries
And it's
hands Bach.
quite a big commission.
Yeah. Aries hands Bach the notes that he wrote down, and Bach flips through them and he says, "Ooh, my. 12 feet, that is quite big. Do you have any other
12 foot
measurements?"
tall woman. This is out of character. Are the other measurements in there?
Well, you only told Aries 12 feet. You didn't give him the other measurements. So
Oh, yes.
if you just handed
yeah.
Bach the paper that you have with the measurements, he can get right on it.
Yeah, Kalina. Yeah, Kalina, she hands the measurements over. Yes, here they are.
Thank you. And then he looks and he's like, "All right. And then he takes out his pad and he starts, you can see him sort of like sketching out like a dress on his pad of paper. You see him sketch out like a really fluffy dress, and he writes down tool next to it for like the material. And then he draws some little flowers on it. Sunflowers, you know. It's a rough sketch, but you see him draw like little sunflowers on it. And he's like, "All right." And then he turns around the pad and he's like, "Something like this."
Yes. Oh,
Oh.
she'll love that.
Bach smiles. He's like, "All right then. Let's get started." And
Yeah.
he brings you over to like the main stage. But instead of any of y'all stepping up on the podium this time to be fitted, he goes over to a little thing. A fucking, oh my god. I don't know the word.
Mannequin?
No.
Mannequin.
It's not a mannequin. He has to put the numbers
Like
into
the dress.
something to make a mannequin appear that is the size.
Ooh, that's cool.
But
That's
it's a
very
it's a
cool.
little command center.
In pad?
No.
Ah, okay.
It's a little command center, but he goes over to the magic command center, and he inputs all of the measurements, and then he takes his wand, and he sticks it into the little thing, and you hear a little whoo sound, and then it finishes, and then he takes his wand out, and he flicks it towards the podium, and you see a mannequin, the exact dimensions of Veranda, appear there,
Ooh.
Woo!
like full body. It's like, you know, a little magic mannequin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets started. He pulls down all the fabric, and it's this big flurry of pink and white tulle. And
My brain just went like Cinderella.
yeah, Cinderella,
Yeah.
Cinderella. But yes, and then you see him pull down these big spools of golden thread, and on the top layer of the tulle, he flicks his wand, and it starts embroidering sunflowers onto that top layer of tulle. And soon enough, the dress is completed. And
Dang, that was quick.
yeah, it takes about, you know, maybe 5 minutes total. But a dress is on the mannequin in front of you all, and it's big. This is just kind of a reference for the
Oh.
vibes, you know, like this kind of embroidery and such on it.
Yeah. That's real cute.
Yes.
Pretty.
Yeah, but it's big, it's poofy. And Bach he flicks his wrist, and the mannequin spins, and you can see the weight of the tulle, because it seems like he's put little weights in the hem to make it spin very nicely.
Yeah.
Perfect for a dancer.
Yeah.
And he looks to all of you and he says, "So, what do you think?"
It's amazing. Oh my
It's
god.
beautiful. Oh wow.
He smiles, and you know, he looks very happy. He's like, "Yay, they like it."
It's like yay.
And he then flicks his wand and he raises the dress up off of the mannequin and very neatly folds it with magic to put it into a large box for all of you.
Yeah.
And then Ares comes over and he takes the box and he says, "All right, if you'll follow me back up to the front, I'll get you all checked out."
Of course. Thank you so much.
He nods and smiles. And Bach waves to you as you leave the back room. Our lovely boy Bach.
Is so good.
The
we love
goodest
him.
the goodest boy. Bach the baby,
Mhm.
Goodest boy.
the best boy in the world. So you head to the front, and Ares finishes wrapping up the box with some twine, just to make sure it's all secure. And then
Yeah.
he checks you out and he says, "All right, so in total, this dress is going to be 150. Just because it's a lot of material." As he kind
Yes,
of
of
gestures
course.
to the box. It's a big fucking box.
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
huge box. It's huge.
That's a lot of tool.
Yeah.
Poofy. Yes. So
But yeah,
150
Kalina,
gold.
she counts out the money
Yes.
and hands it over. There you are. 150 gold.
All right. He checks to make sure it's all good, and he says, "All right. Everything is good and squared away." And he hands you a little written receipt for it. He says, "I hope that whoever this is for, they like it."
I hope she will.
Are you just gonna stand there? Are you gonna leave?
Yeah, sorry, brain. Yeah, I was trying to type something. Kalina, she nods her head. Thanks again. Hope to see you again soon, Ares.
I'll
And
be waiting.
she picks up the box and starts heading out with supposedly the rest of the group.
Yeah. Everybody else follows.
Yep.
All
I know
right.
that Jade had to step away for a bit,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing Audrey's still here.
Yeah.
I'm I'm here.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
with that, you head back to the manor, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Don't know what else was she like. Would she like music? Like record discs?
Do those even exist in the universe?
Maybe, I don't know. So Landfill of Magic, there's probably some kind of music recording thing.
Not in the way that record discs are. There are resonant crystals.
Oh.
People magically enchant crystals with music, and they have to use uh, special devices to bring out the resonant sound of the crystal.
Maybe there's
Okay,
something
okay.
something for her, something some dance music. Maybe I could find something. What would we find that at though?
Well, I will save you the trouble and say that there are not any things like that on Ceruleus.
Damn.
Yeah, it seems like it would be very hard to get.
Very hard to get and make, and I had a thought, it's gone. Fuck it.
Hard to make and ship.
Yeah,
Like, or
and
just
also the
acquire in
devices
general.
are
Yeah, even the devices are hard to come across and make.
powerful mages, not a lot of people. Low supply, not a big enough demand.
Yeah.
Early development.
So it's how the computer industry started.
Yes. But you know, you still don't have anything for Lyona. All you know
Oh,
is
yeah.
that really he used to spend most of his time with his sister, and they used to do things together. He liked dancing with her,
Yeah.
but he never really had anything of his own that he did.
Yeah. And honestly, we were really only able to talk to Dusk for a little bit before Kalita kind of ran out.
Mm-hmm.
God, we just
Yeah,
come
that's
back to him
true.
just like, hi again.
Do you have anything on Lyona? No. Oh.
Uh,
But, yeah. Lyona is not good at being his own person.
Oh,
oh, buddy. Well, I mean, hey, maybe
I
when
feel
we
that.
get there, we can like, I don't know, ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Since I mean, like, he's also just like had trouble being his own person all along, so maybe we can help him figure it out.
Yeah. But also, it might have
Also
to
trying
be
to
a,
get him to detox.
yeah, might have to be a breakout situation like with Carne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%. We could
I
do
break
the
it
same thing.
free.
Turn him into a cat or something. I don't know.
A lion.
God.
Lion. Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Hey.
He'll eat you.
But yeah. To the manor.
To the manor.
To the manor. To the Batcave.
We're all stupid. We're all so stupid.
Yes, we are.
Same idea.
One brain cell. One brain cell. One brain cell.
Yay. One brain cell.
So you head on back to the manor, and as you are coming in the door, you see Nyoka as he is coming
Nyoka?
out of the side study where the teleporter is.
Yoko, what? Kalita, she blinks and just says, Nyoka, what are you doing here?
Oh, Chatu decided it's high time that we switch off and
Right.
I do some adventuring for now.
I see.
Yay!
Makes sense,
Alright, let's
yeah.
get
Yoga
to have you
time.
back.
Yeah.
I missed you.
Yoga has rejoined the party.
Da, 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 da.
And then
Yes, Kalita missed Nyoka.
Nyoka holds up a warming crystal and says, Chatu gave me this. He said it'd be a little cold, and he also gave me some money. Acts like I don't have any of my own. To get a winter coat. But he also said to check the attic, because there's a lot of stuff up
right.
there.
Oh.
I should move like a bunch
Yes.
of that stuff
Attic time.
into the common area. Here, I'll show you.
Awesome. And he goes off and runs off with you, Colbart.
I'm fine.
Woo!
Yeah. We're gonna look at all of the clothes that I found. I need my sketchbook. Where did I put my sketchbook?
And Tagok is not gonna follow because it's gonna be dusty.
I'm assuming that
everything
at
would
some
go up in
point
flames,
you've
like,
definitely also brought some of the other stuff down. Like,
Yeah, I did. Yeah, probably. Hold on, where's my... Let me look for my sketchbook real quick because this literally has all of the notes for all of the clothing that we have.
oh,
Oh boy.
I'll be right back.
but, I specifically know what Nyoka's gonna go for. We are. I scream.
A big coat.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. The terrible house fire.
We all scream internally.
I don't know if y'all know this, but the Legends of At Avarice on YouTube. They're so funny. They do D&D, and one of the characters that one of the guys plays is Chuckles the clown.
Really?
Yeah. It started out as it was a voice that he was doing because one of the other players was haunted by the voice of the person he most recently killed, which ended up being a clown.
Oh my god, I know this story.
Yes, he punched the clown to death, and then the clown
this
haunted
story.
him, telling him things he did not want to hear. And Chuckles devolved and became its own character that haunted Gideon forever. And
If
then
you punch a clown, does every time you punch a clown, it just makes the clown nose honk noise?
but it's so funny. Chuckles kind of became his own cult following thing.
Oh my god. Love that for him.
I know this story.
Yes.
I've heard about it before.
It's
I don't
funny.
remember
You should watch some of their compilations that they have
where.
of Chuckles. Just look up Chuckles the Clown on YouTube. It's funny.
Okay, I found
But
the
yeah.
notes for the clothes, all that.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I put like all of the clothes down,
Yeah.
so we can look for a coat somewhere.
hmm
Um,
I remember
It's just-
specifically a coat.
yeah, there's probably
There's
those
a
are the four
specific
sets.
coat.
Heavy suit, masculine clothing, ocean blue, purple robe, brass X. Wait, there's robes, obviously.
Yeah. You all are searching through the clothes, and
Clothes, jackets with mismatched colors,
yeah.
capelet.
hmm
Oh,
But you and Nyoka are sort of searching through the trunks, through all the clothes. Nyoka picks out, like, basic layers,
yeah.
some shirts, pants
Pants.
that are a little heavier.
Pants.
Pants. And then, you had forgotten that you also brought this down because it wasn't in a trunk, but, it was kind of laid up on top, but it is the patchwork quilted coat. The coat of many colors.
That's the one.
The coat of many colors.
Did it belong to
Coats of many
Joseph?
Dolly Parton. Belonged to Dolly Parton.
I was thinking of Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Well,
Isn't it David?
okay.
I thought it was Joseph.
Joseph
I don't know my
from
Bible
the
stories, man.
Bible had a coat of many colors, and then
It was Joseph. I thought it was
Dolly
David.
Parton wrote a song called Coat of Many Colors.
Alright.
Where in it she
Gotcha.
says her mom told her about the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors when she was making the coat for her.
Oh.
Got it. Okay.
So
Okay,
It-
thank you.
it's a Dolly Parton reference, which is also a Bible reference.
What is happening?
Bible. It says the Bible.
Ah!
It says the
Take shelter.
Bible. It says the Bible. You question the words of the mighty Jimmy?
Don't you mean Timmy?
No, that's a quote. That is a quote from
Solidarity.
Aqua Team Hunger Force. That says the Bible.
Anyway.
So many references. I'm old. Fuck me.
Referenceception.
But the coat of many colors, Dolly Parton. Nyoka
Yeah,
picks
got
it up
it.
and he tries it on, and it's long, but it fits him, and he's like, "Ooh, I think this one works."
That's a good one.
And he does like a little twirl.
That's when you know it's good if they do the twirl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Long.
And he says,
Wait, will the red plateaus be hot?
He's cold-blooded. He'll be fine.
yes, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
So
He's got the warming crystal.
music stuff.
His brother gave him his warming crystal. And he's got a coat of many colors.
Yeah.
But, yeah. By now, it is, the sun is beginning to set. And, you could probably eat dinner and head on to bed. Because,
Yeah.
tomorrow...
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Tomorrow.
Also,
Long rest.
You'll
I
be
think
at
Kalina,
Edinburgh.
I think Kalina, like, over dinner, she might also want to tell, Nyoka about, just, like, what's gonna be happening, like, what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Give him a
and
debrief.
what we might be facing. Oh. Oh, Clement doesn't know yet
Oh.
about Tobias.
Oh God, we had to tell.
Oh,
We had to tell him. Oh God.
Just,
We have to
just like
discuss
pull
it
him
over
aside after
dinner.
dinner. Hey, Clement.
So here's the thing.
So,
So
little meeting with the motherfuckers. Let's talk.
yeah, let's do the
Yeah.
meeting.
After dinner, you decide you're gonna pull Clement aside and tell him about Tobias.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Kalina, like, as, like, everyone's walking off, she, says, Clement, may I talk to you for a second?
Of course. Is everything alright?
Yes and no. Well, myself, Pagok, and Colbot, especially, more specifically Colbot, we sort of pieced something together earlier today.
Yes.
And I think you should know about it.
Yes, well, of course you definitely remember about how I almost got assassinated in Elmlow.
Yes. You
And,
see, like, crosses his arms. He's like, oh, where are you going
I was
with
like,
this?
yeah.
Where
Where
are
are
you
you going
fucking
with
going
this,
with
honey?
this?
Yeah. And remember when Zephyrus had said that, Tobias is currently located somewhere in the Red Plateaus?
Yes.
And that assassin was sent, assumably, by Wrath, who is in the Red Plateaus. Though we know now that Leonia couldn't have sent it because he's not in the condition to.
At this point, Clement is kind of like, teeth just gritted. It's like, yes.
It hasn't been absolutely confirmed yet, but Colbot said, and it makes sense, that it might have been Tobias that sent that assassin. Yay! And you can kind of see, like, a few more tears welling up in Kalina's eyes.
Clement is like, you know that face when somebody's like, they don't want to start cussing, they don't want to get mad,
Mhm.
but they're so mad. Just
Yeah.
the pursed lip, eyes like wide open but angry as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Says, I know it's a lot to take in, and I know you have your opinions on Tobias.
I have a lot of them.
Yes, I know. You cussed him out pretty well after what happened.
I went easy on him.
I know you did. But you have a right to know about this, that we're going into an area where he most likely is, and where there might be some imminent danger or threat to at least one of us in the party. And by the looks of it, most likely me.
He just breathes in very deeply and he says, well, he better pray we don't find him. Because I don't think I'm the only one that wants to give him a piece of my mind. Or
Oh,
sword.
I know.
And as he says, or sword, he
There you
looks,
go.
he glances over at Tagok, like, yeah, I know you want to stab him. So
She's
do
got
I.
a very very slight smile on her face, and she just kind of goes, "Oh, we're gonna find him."
And Kalina, she just
We
sighs, and
are.
just like, maybe not resort to stabbing at first. Please.
You can use her newfound skills.
Oh. I
Yay!
had a mental breakdown earlier today after finding this out. Please don't make me have another one. Oh yeah, Clement didn't know about that either.
Right.
Oh,
His
It's just like,
expression
why
soft.
did you go to me?
His expression softens a little bit, and he steps forward and he gives you a hug and he says, "We're not gonna let anything happen to you. You know that."
I know. I know, Clement. I know I'm quite safe here. And I feel quite safe here. And if we do see him again, it's... well, I'm not going to be running away this time.
He gives you a
Not like before.
soft smile. And he says,
So there's my baby.
"There we go, that's my girl." And he says, "But if you insist on us not draining him dry of all his blood, we can always turn him over to..." And then he sort of puts his hands up and does like a little sarcastic thing. He's like, "The Lord of Darkness. I'm sure he'll treat him right." And then he gives you a little cheeky grin. Just like, "Oh, we'll just let Kane
Yeah.
deal with him."
We'll just let Kane have
She
him.
just sighs. Kalina just sighs, just like, I already did vent to him today quite a bit.
Oh, then
And,
he'll be more than happy to, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he had his opinions to say on Tobias. He did. And they weren't exactly wrong.
He smiles at you, like, you know, that the dad smile, just like, "You
The
are
dad
my child. You are
smile.
my child. You're my baby." And
Look
then
at you.
Yay!
and then he leans in and he hugs you again. And he sort of he has to get up on his tippy toes to give you a
Yeah, because
kiss on the
So
cheek.
tall.
Give you a kiss on the cheek, and he says, "All right now. We should all head off to bed. Edenbrook isn't going to
All right.
the trek up the plateaus isn't going to be an easy one. We'll need all our energy."
Of course, Dad. She kind of like, and she does like, you know, like a little like a cheeky expression back because like she knows that he hates it.
Hee.
He just rolls his eyes. And then he heads off to his room.
Yeah. Off
Woo.
to bed.
Off
Bedtime.
Bedtime.
Long rest.
Long rest for all the bitches.
Ooh.
Slay.
Yay. I gained my 1 point of health back.
Your 1 point of health.
I have 1 point of health from when I initially took off my necklace. And it was fucking cold out.
Yeah. Fucking windy.
Fucking windy.
Windy. So windy.
Ignore my bad typing, Foxy. I can't spell.
No, you're good. It's okay.
I
You got the
can't
message
spell.
across. It's all right.
Ooh,
Hey, you
she
answered
got
my
a
question.
secret note.
Yeah. So, it is the next morning, and, you all get up, get ready for breakfast before, everybody packs up their shit to put it into the carriage to get ready for the long expedition
Oh boy.
down into
Woo!
the Heartland. That's what it's called. the
Heartland.
Kalina, you guys can see her and like, she does look a little tired. And,
Yeah.
You can see her put like a lot of like honey into her tea. A little bit more than usual.
What?
She's trying.
He's vibing. But, you know. Everybody. Oh, great. It's fucking Titanic. It's Titanic.
It's hey,
X,
I
he's
love
going.
this every single. Yeah, okay. So for
Same.
context,
I
chat-
remember it. I remember it from last year.
Yeah. So like context, chat. We have a friend named XB. XB loves the history of the Titanic, the ship, and every year he celebrates it. Celebrates. Its, well, I
He
guess not
does
celebrates,
celebrate
more
it.
Like commemorates.
Commemoration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more like a commemoration to
Yeah.
like
And
the
he,
events.
he
like,
basically has a copy pasta that he does in time with like the
Yup.
actual
Every
timestamps
single
of the
year.
event each year.
without fail.
It's great.
And honestly, we look forward to it every.
It's
single year.
fun.
Welcome to the
It
yearly
is.
copy pasta.
Yeah, welcome to the yearly copy. Like, I don't know, it just makes me
It's
so
the yearly
happy.
Titanic
Like, he
update.
loves doing it every single year.
Titanic
It's
update.
the yearly Titanic
It's still
update.
at the bottom of the
It's still
ocean.
At the bottom of the ocean. Yup.
Titanic update. It's still there.
It's still there. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's the morning.
After breakfast and loading up the carts, like, you know, you've been going in and out of the manor and into the stables. You can tell that it is much warmer, and you guys shed your winter clothes as you have now entered the hot and arid climate of the Red Plateaus and their surrounding
Yeah.
plains.
Yeah.
Desert time.
Desert time.
Desert time.
Desert time.
It's like a mesa biome.
Mesa. Yes.
Mesa.
Does this move can get a lot of terracotta if we stay here? for a while?
Yes,
Yay.
Red Rock.
Yay. I was thinking Minecraft, but yay.
But you can see even as you're, you know, passing by, You can see off the side of the ship, you can see the red rock of the plateaus down below as you are approaching the Heartland and where you'll be dropped off into Edenbrook.
Yeah. Kalina is going to make sure to pack her armor and her pen sword.
Pen sword.
So
Pen
wide.
sword.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to use her armor in a while. Like I remember the
that's
design. It
more
was
like-
like kind of like a darker color, and it had like a moon symbol on it on the shoulder.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it was really cool.
everybody make sure to pack extra water skins. You're gonna get thirsty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But forgets that Kalina has armor.
It's okay, Tagok. It's okay.
I
never
legit
wears
forgot,
it.
man.
The last time y'all wore it was when you went to the capital,
Yeah, aka
Ciptria.
the like
Oh.
yeah, like
Ciptria.
around the Arius tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
But
Kalina?
yeah, can't Kalbar technically make water?
Yeah.
Don't they make water?
Yes. But
But we gotta make sure to make enough so we don't dry you out, because you'll get very crusty.
mhm.
You'll end up like that dead whale in the Amazon rainforest.
Does the water come from me, or is like
It comes from the air around you, so
There it
if
is.
you're in the super dry area, you're not gonna get as much water.
We should also worry about Anastasius.
the water
Oh, yeah,
bender?
He's not going to be doing too well.
I mean, he has his condensation crystal.
True.
Yeah,
Keeps him moist.
He's gonna be steamy though.
he gonna be steamy.
Very sticky, literally.
He,
Yeah, him and
But,
Colbert are gonna be very sticky.
Anastasius.
I'm gonna be fucking great.
Anastasius suits up in a thin linen robe and fabric over his head to fully cover his tentacles so that they don't get dried out.
yeah.
He's got the desert attire on.
Yeah.
Yoka and I are gonna fucking thrive.
Yeah. Myoka's back in his slutty little uniform that he's always in.
Yay!
With the big old glasses.
Good for him!
And this time he can actually make a shot with his giant bow,
Yeah.
because he can see. I bet he's been practicing with the new glasses.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fucking shit up in the deep realm,
Yeah.
causing havoc.
Yeah. I want to look up on Pinterest to see what Kalina's outfit would be. You can continue, but
But it's about 10 a.m. once everybody is finished getting ready, and you take the horses and the carriage out to meet with Baraka
And Dusk.
and Dusk.
yay.
Because we forgot him last time.
Yes, you forgot him last
Yeah.
time. This time it's important that he comes along because he knows where y'all are going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you meet up and Dusk is waiting there with Baraka for you. And Baraka seems in a much better mood because, you know, she doesn't have to wear all these layers.
Yay!
Yay.
She's wearing her
I think Kalina is probably gonna wear like a hood or something just to keep herself concealed. Like, you know,
yeah.
because just in case.
Yeah.
But yay.
It should also be noted that Ben did not come down to breakfast, nor did he come out and pack anything. Ophelia at some point said that Fen was not feeling well and getting some extra sleep.
Oh. Understandable.
Yeah. Okay.
Freya is coming with the group, but Ophelia is opting to stay with Ben on
Okay.
on
Alright.
Ceruleus. So Ben and Ophelia are not with the group. But Freya
Okay.
is.
We'll also have to keep an eye on them because they're fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they don't overheat. Maybe we'll keep them in the carriage where it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
With the water
Freya.
boys.
Freya, baby.
Nah.
Our poor fish. Our poor fish.
Our
But-
poor fish.
Fish and fluffy creature.
Yeah.
God, when the trip is over, like the
They're
whole
gonna be
entire
fucking
carriage is gonna
panting.
Smell like fish.
Oh my
Smells
god.
like dog. Hot dog and fish.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, why?
Somebody
Because
get
it's
the
funny.
phone.
Hey, that's how your car smells after you like go on a fishing trip and you bring all the fish home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I speak from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Fishing.
Fishing.
Fishing. But Berica is waiting. She seems in a much better mood as the weather's a bit warmer. She says, "All right, everybody, are you ready to go?"
Yes, we are.
Yep.
All right, Dusk. And she sort of slaps Dusk on the back, and he's like, "God, woman."
We love Berica.
We love her. She's awesome.
Dusk has a bag of his own, mostly with like some maps and notes and things that you'll need,
Yeah.
and of course his own things. But
Yay.
Verica says, "All right, in just a few moments here we will be positioned right over the very beautiful city of Edenbrook. You'll be lowered down onto a platform that rests above the rest of the city, and then you'll have to make your way down." Dusk
Alright.
here says that your best course of action is to go to Ventrica, the city of Wrath. You'll be heading to Upper Ventrica, and then back down, and then to Atria, which is Verandas.
Alright.
Alright. You can kind of see Kalina tense up a little bit. Just at the mention of the city of Wrath.
And Berica, then she raises her hand up and snaps her fingers a couple times, and you see 3 guards come over from Berica's personal guard, and she says, "Dusk has informed me about the heightened risk," and then she looks at you, Kalina, and she's like, "I'm not gonna say it, but you know."
Eat.
Kalina just like she just kind of looks away, like.
So, as an extra layer of protection, I have opted to send a few guards with you.
I just realized that Yoka doesn't know either.
Eat.
Right.
It's just
Yoka
confused,
doesn't
like,
know.
what do you mean extra guards?
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's like, bro, even his dad knows about this.
Yeah. The 4 guards have their own horses with them.
Mm-hmm.
And Berica says,
Horse time.
"We'll be sending you all down in 2 waves. First is going to be the guards with all of the horses and the carriage. And then we'll be sending you down."
All right then.
Understandable.
And one of the guards that's over by the edge of the ship gives a signal to Baraka, and she nods, and she claps and sort of waves the guards with the horses over, and they round up all of your horses and the carriage and load them onto the platform and lower it down.
Yay. Here we go.
After a little
Showtime.
bit, the platform comes back up, and you all get on, lower it down into the city of Edenbrook. As you are being lowered,
Oh.
you can see the cliffs of red stone that loom high above the city. And you can see the distant silhouettes of Atria and Ventrica that are up on the top of the cliffs, and you can see what looks like the remnants of a bridge that used to connect the two over the canyon. But it has since
Interesting.
crumbled and broken away.
Does it look like it's been that way for a long time, or is it recent damage?
It's
able to
far
tell?
enough away that you cannot tell, but you can
Okay.
definitely tell that it was a man-made bridge that has broken.
Okay.
Okay.
Edenbrook itself is bustling and full of life. It is lush with the from the flowing waters of the Heartland River
Mm.
that runs out to the sea.
Wow.
And the platform that you were lowered onto is surrounded by pillars with ivy that climb up them.
Wow.
The whole city is real green, real lush, in contrast to the red plateaus that serve as a backset.
This place is fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After everybody is down, you all horse up and get everybody sort of where they're going, what they're doing.
Yay.
The fish, some of the fish, specifically Anastasius, is in the carriage, and Freya is bouncy and doesn't want to sit down right now. So
Anastasius is
Aw.
probably also too tall for a horse.
yeah, there's no horses big enough for Anastasius.
And even then in the
Nah.
carriage, he's still kind of hunched over.
He's just sort of curled up back there,
It just curls.
Yeah, like a shrimp.
like a shrimp.
Shrimp man.
Shrimp.
First calamari, then shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a fucking 9-foot tall man shrimp?
Yeah.
Lobster. But
Lobster.
the guards sort of take positions, creating a little box around you, like to it front, to it back of the group.
Yeah.
And Dusk, with his own horse that he has rented, takes lead of the group to sort of guide you through the city.
Yeah.
The city is, it's bustling. There's people everywhere. There are market stalls on the side of the road, pretty much all the way down.
Yeah.
And people are, cheerful and loud. It
Woo.
puts you at ease a little bit.
Yeah.
Much better than the last city we were in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pretty much, yeah.
People are actually
Stark
outside.
contrast.
Exactly.
Yay.
But Dusk sort of turning his a little bit to talk to the people at the front of the group, calls back and says, all right, pretty soon here we will be en route to exiting Edenbrook, and we'll be reaching the bridge just outside, and that's when we're going to begin making the trek upwards.
There is a giant bug on my corkboard.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ignore it.
It's
Just
like
ignore
the
it.
size of a quarter.
Just ignore it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Just ignore it. It'll disappear. You won't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, where will it go?
When the bug disappears is the scariest part, man.
Anyway, continue.
Anyways. Bugs aside.
So, Dusk leads you out of Edenbrook, through the main road, to the, a bit of a bridge. It's like a big circular point in the middle of the river that sort of splits off into multiple points that leads across the river, diagonal, all kinds of places.
Yeah.
It's like a big center point where people, you know, a bunch of roads converge in the middle of the river
Yeah.
on this bridge. And,
The world's worst intersection.
yes, the world's worst roundabout.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Roundabout. But it's not that bad because there's no cars.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just horses. But, Dusk, sort of turns his horse around to address the group, and he points up towards the cliff face that is on the right from where you guys are. And he says, all right, we are going to be heading up the cliff. This is Wrath's domain. And, well, we will need to take it nice and slow because this side of the river is not as, let's just say it's not as well kept. So the road will be more treacherous.
Oh. That's great.
During certain
Oh, dear.
parts of the winding road up, we may need to travel single file to avoid any horses getting spooked and possibly falling off.
Of course.
Also, which horse is pulling the carriage?
Grape.
Got it.
Grape's kind of like middle to the front-ish.
Okay.
So Dusk then he spurs his horse a little bit and he signals all of you to follow. And
Yeah.
deciding to take it a little fast. Not gonna dawdle for too long on this stretch of road. You start making your way towards the cliff face and into the foothills of the Red Plateaus.
Woo!
Cobber is tempted to turn into a bird and fly around.
You could, but then who would ride your horse?
Yoka has his own horse, yeah?
He is using Chatu's horse.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That said it was my turn on the horse.
You could.
It's my turn on the adventure.
You could ask Freya.
Freya?
Yeah, you.
Freya on a horse.
Freya's.
Freya on the horse?
Freya on a horse.
Freya on the horse.
Shit,
Freya on a horse.
I could, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
could.
I caught it.
Freya is kind of like
Oh my God.
on top
Alright.
of the carriage, just like claws dug into it and like sitting on top of the carriage, just like thoroughly enjoying the wind in their fur.
No, baby.
Alright, once I spot them, I'm gonna call out and say, "Hey, Freya,
Yeah.
wanna ride the horse?"
And they nod enthusiastically, and you see them like
Oh.
rear up, and they leap, and they
Oh boy, got catch.
I'm
Freya.
a fucking jump.
You feel Freya sort of thud against your back,
Ah,
and they sort of like take a seat behind you.
alright. You know how to do this, right?
Yeah, hold the reins. This way, go that way. This way, go that way. And they sort of like turn their hands, like, you know,
Yeah.
fists together. This way, go that way. This way,
Alright.
go that way.
Don't go too fast. And listen to the horse. And I pat their head and think bird thoughts.
You think your bird thoughts, Colbart, and then, woof, in a flurry of feathers, you raise up, launching yourself off the horse a little.
Yep.
And into the sky to soar above the group. And you see Freya looking up at you as they grab the reins.
Yep.
Kalina, you hear a little bit of a commotion off to the side, and you turn your head just in time to see Colbart taking off in his Stormhawk form, and Freya riding Daisy.
Kalina, like, she sees cover and she shouts at Colbot! But you can kind of hear that her voice is a little raspy and she kind of coughs a little bit before taking a drink of her water out of her water skin.
All right,
Just-
Colbart.
Chirps back.
Now you have a bird's eye view
Hey!
of the
What a-
group and everything ahead of you. And you get to play Scout.
Yeah! I'm the scout!
So, Colbart, make a perception check, Mr. Scout Boy.
Do I get bonus something whatever the fuck in
Yes.
what's
you
it
do get bonus.
advantage?
Yes, you get advantage. Sorry. I just-
Okay. Good roll, and shit roll. Alright, 15 total.
All right. So Colbart, you take your time surveying the land ahead of everybody, and about a quarter mile ahead of the group, just off the road, you see a big rocky formation, and you can see a very faint bit of smoke rising from behind the rocks.
Oh. I'm gonna go check that out.
Interesting.
All right. Colbart, you fly ahead, and as you near the smoke rising behind, you sort of circle, and you are able to see what looks like a small group of about 5 people. They they don't look like normal travelers. They don't have big packs with them. They have no horses. but you do see some stray weapons laying around this small encampment.
Huh.
And you take note of the fact that all of the people in the group have taken care to cover their faces. Their faces are obscured.
Might be able to eavesdrop. It's like, is there like anything?
Yeah,
you could...
is there a place
Sorry,
I
go
can
ahead. I'm not
eavesdrop?
gonna talk for him.
He's just bird.
Yeah.
Is there a place I can eavesdrop? I wanna
Colbart,
eavesdrop.
you know, there are some rocks, like it's a big, lots of big jaggedy rocks that are kind of long and stick out. And you could land up on top of them above the group to where they wouldn't really take notice of you. And you could possibly listen in.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so Colbart, you land and start listening in to the group. Roll again for perception for me, please.
Perception.
Just normal, not with advantage this time. Birds are
Okay.
not great hearers.
16.
Alright, so Colbart, you are listening to the eavesdropping on this group, and you hear one of them say, well, after that last blunder over in the old empire, boss doesn't seem to be too happy with the lot of us, so if we don't want our heads cut clean off, then we gotta make something happen. And one of the other ones throws like a rock from the ground at the one who was speaking. It says, yeah, I know, shut up. But I don't want to do this, you know. You don't either. We just gotta pay off those stupid debts. And then one of the younger ones, you can tell by his voice, says, yeah, that bastard practically owns our lives. And there's nothing we can fucking do about it, is it? And then they all kind of like grumble and nod in agreement. It's like, yeah, he owns us pretty much, and there's nothing we can do.
Oof.
I'm itching and twitching.
E.
Twitching.
I'm grabbing Patrick, and it's I need my stress star.
Hit the stress star.
Yeah, like you're like, is this Rogers? No, this is Patrick.
Lovely.
So, Colbert, do you want to listen in for a little while longer, or do you want to take this information?
I'm gonna listen in for just a little bit. How far away are the rest of the group?
You by now can hear the distant sound of the horses.
Alright. I'm gonna see if these guys know this and what their reaction to my friends are.
After a little while, the horses steadily are getting closer and closer and a little bit louder. And then one of them, you see him pull his hood back slightly from around his ear, and he says, "You hear that?" And then they all kind of do the same. And it's like, I think there's a traveling group coming this way. And then one of them stands up and like listens a little closer, and they make a sort of they say, sounds like a lot of them. At least a dozen or so horses. We're outnumbered. We're dead men if we try to engage.
Good.
And then the younger one sort of like rubs his hands and he says, "And we're dead men if we don't."
Do I sense a fight?
I fucking called it. I knew it. I knew it.
What?
Oh, shit.
They think there's gonna be a fight.
I could stop this.
Yeah.
If I,
What?
I could stop this.
You could distract them long enough to make them known. You're a bird. You're a big bird.
Nah. If I unbird, will I fall off of the place I'm at?
No, you would just not have an easy way to get down.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Not to mention, they'd see you. They'd
Yeah,
just see a
kinda whole
random
point.
guy appear on the cliff.
Kind of whole point. I gotta unbird.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh.
Oh no.
Good thing I
Colbert.
put the playlist down.
You turn from your bird form into your normal form, your fishy form.
Mhm.
And it creates just enough sound to alert one of them, and they turn.
Before they say anything, I'm just gonna say, yeah, no, you'll definitely be dead if you attack us.
He's like, sorry to interrupt your conversation, but
Don't fuck with us.
Don't fuck with us.
They all sort of turn around and like back up a little bit away from you, drawing their weapons, which they don't really have good weapons. They're just old, rusty, chipped.
I'm trying to be as nonchalant, like, nah, man.
You hear one of them say, "Where the hell did he come from?"
The fucking sky.
I imagining like myself like sitting down with my legs dangling, and I'm just swinging my legs,
Chillin'. Straight chillin'.
just chilling.
Just
Right, chillin'.
Straight chillin'.
All right.
He's a fish that came from the sky.
Alright, did I do anything else?
They're just sort of watching you, because they can't get up there to you.
Obviously.
And they can't exactly shoot you down.
Alright.
We're assuming.
And you can kind of see that a few of them are like looking back and forth between you and like towards the direction of the horses coming closer.
Who's the guy that you're working that owns your life? Who's that?
Like we tell you.
Colbert is trying not to laugh at that. Yeah. Yeah, you would. Hold on. What is his Kalina's ex's name?
Tobias.
Tobias.
Yes,
Tobias.
his name is Tobias. You know his first name, but not his last name.
Yeah, I don't care for him enough to commit that name into memory.
Hmm.
Okay. Alright, do you guys know anyone named Tobias?
They all kind of
Go
just, they don't say
Watch their
anything,
faces.
but that their faces are covered, but you can see them like glance at each other.
Haha.
And a few of them sort
Oh.
of grip their weapons a little tighter. Like, oh no.
Got it. Okay.
Thanks for the info. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Alright, thanks for the yeah, I'm literally gonna do that. Thanks for the info. Bye. And I'm just gonna jump off
Bye.
and turn into a bird and fly away.
Like, you know, like you stand up, just like, well, it's been an honor. And like you almost
Yep.
do like the salute as
Fucking
you fall
falls
forward.
off the cliff.
Pretty much. Falls off the cliff.
A
and just-
swan dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, swan dive.
Less of
Why
a
am I
swan
just
dive and more
imagining,
just
like another guy just like do a flip?
Do a flip.
no
As-
less of a swan dive and more of just fall leaning off
Just
and falling
fall.
off. Just falls
Yeah.
off. Just nonchalantly just falls.
As you fly off, you hear a stream of curses. It's like, oh,
no.
fuck, we're fucked. Ah, bitch. Ah.
Yay!
Just like not
Fucking
if we
God.
try and kill them first.
But
What are they gonna do?
by now, the party is about to reach the rocks, and they have about maybe 600 feet until they reach this bandit party. Oh, Colbert's dead.
Oh. Oh no.
Fish
Oh, you there, bud?
Caleb.
fucking died.
Sorry, what did you say?
The party is about 600 feet from the bandit group.
Alright.
And
Alright,
they've
I'm
slowed
gonna-
down a little bit.
did they see me? Any chance they see me?
They
at all?
see, yes, they have noticed you. It was pointed out specifically by Nyoka.
Alright.
Nyoka said,
I just
look, there's Colbart. He's up on the rocks.
I'll circle around like the rock area for two circles around it. And then I'm gonna fly back to them.
Yeah. After you do your circles, Dusk sort of puts his hand out and slows his horse down, then causing everybody else to slow down even more. And the guards that are in front, they ready their weapons. Just in case.
Alright. I'm gonna go land in front of the group. I'm gonna unbird.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say, there's some bandits back there, and from what I overheard, and judging by the reaction of them asking if they know a Tobias, I'm pretty sure they own their life to Tobias.
Kalina at the mention
Lovely.
of Tobias. Like, you can't really see her face that much because it's kind of obscured by the hood that she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell that, like, she tenses a lot. And
Yeah.
she's just, oh, dear. And she, slowly takes out her pen sword. Not turning it into a sword yet, but... And she just kind of tightens the grip on her reins of indigo.
Yeah. From what I'm hearing is that they have to do something. They have to get shit done for the boss, which I'm guessing is Tobias.
And I'm pretty
And
sure
there
we can
were-
assume what that is.
Yeah. So we got two options. Either we can get them and question them, or we just drive off because I'm pretty sure I scared them enough for them to not attack us.
Well, we outnumber them. How many did you say
Yeah.
that there were?
How many are there?
5.
There's 5 of them.
Hmm.
You
feel
more
like-
than double what they are.
Yeah, they seem
Yeah.
pretty desperate to get something done. And they said one of the guys were saying oh, that's too many people. They will definitely die if we attack them. And then another guy said that, but if we don't get anything done, we'll definitely die from the boss. So I guess there is some risk, but I told him it was a bad idea.
Kalina, she thinks and just says, well, since we outnumber them and quite frankly, I believe we outmatch them,
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Just be prepared.
If they do decide to attack, question them. I want to grill them.
Do not kill.
Yeah.
And she specifically looks at Tagok when she says this.
That
Tagog
valuable
is
information.
not looking at her. She's just looking away.
Is it? I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dusk then addresses the guards and says, "You heard her. Don't kill them."
You heard the lady. You heard the Duchess.
Shoot, I actually don't know.
Dusk actually draws his own weapon, which he has a
Ooh.
staff.
Ooh, staff
Go
boy.
bonk.
He has a like a mage's
On a-
staff that he has like
Ooh.
an attachment
Oh.
on his saddle down near the stirrups to sort of click it into place.
Yeah.
And he turns to you all and then nods. And then he begins moving.
Moving very slow.
You gonna get on your horse, Colbart?
You might want to get Freya inside the carriage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this so Freya goes inside.
Colbart, when you reach your horse, you see that Freya's not on it.
Oh.
Freya?
Freya does not answer.
Oh, shoot. Guys, have you seen Freya?
Kalina blinks and she looks
Oh,
towards Colbart's
no.
horse, which was a little bit behind her.
I'm gonna do perception check.
All right, roll for perception.
As am I.
Anybody?
So am I.
Anybody who wants to roll for perception.
19, baby!
Eh.
Anybody else? Rolling.
13 total.
I got a 7.
Oh.
I rolled an 8, but I got 13.
So, Colbart, you're scanning the area sort of frantically, looking for any signs, but you can see some little marks in the sand that go right towards the rocks, like up the rock face.
Oh no.
It. Yeah,
And-
Colbart is. Continue.
And you're scanning the rocks looking for them, and you just barely, over one of the rocks, you see the flick of a little feathered end of a tail.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
And I
dear.
turn into a bird and I go after Freya.
After you turn into a bird, you go up high enough to see Freya. They are very slowly, almost stalking towards where the bandit group is.
Oh.
Oh,
they're on the
Freya.
hunt.
And you see
But I
their
think that
tail
Freya
sort
might
of
be a little
flick,
too
like
big.
their tail is swaying. They are very focused.
Can I pick them up? That's the question.
They
Just grab him by the shoulders and just fly off.
well,
Makes sense.
I would say dexterity. Roll for dexterity.
No, it's like, am I capable to actually like pick them up and hold them up and like fly with them in the air? 'Cause I don't
Technically,
wanna
you
drop.
would. Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna try it.
Mhm.
They're
Like,
just squirmy.
I'm gonna like fly around and like grab them, and like as I'm flying, like basically I'm grabbing them and flying towards the group. Pretty
Alright.
much. You said what was it?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Natural 20, baby. It's 23.
Hey yo.
All right. 23, you said?
Yep.
All right. So, Colbert, you swoop down to try to grab Freya, and you see their antennas perk up. And just as you go, you see them roll out of the way and hunker down.
Oh, interesting.
That high,
They have a
high
really
dex.
good reaction.
They got
That's
a
a high
high
dex,
dex.
right
They have
That
very
is
high
really
dex
high dex.
and high acrobatics.
Yeah. I mean, that makes
Yes.
sense for a little creature.
I also have high acrobatics. I should. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna swoop back down and I'm gonna land near them, basically.
You land next to them, and they sort of crawl over next to you and say, I'm not going to try to attack them. I'm just going to scare them. I know how to sound scary.
I glare.
Freya kind of smiles, and you see their sharp little teeth bare. They look so feral.
Nope.
And they
I'm
just
just,
say,
I'm just
God.
nodding my head. Nope. Nope.
they just say, just watch.
Nope. 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 I am like spreading my wings like big, blocking them.
Oh.
Oh, Titanic is sending out distress signals.
Titanic.
Yay!
Titanic update.
Titanic updates 2023.
Out to sink low.
It's only had like it has 1 hour to live, I think. The Titanic
Mm-hmm.
and go down.
Yeah.
And anyways, back to
Yeah, an hour
Back
and
to
40 minutes
Freya.
left.
Back to Freya.
Freya. I'm blocking her with my wings. I was like, nope.
Freya, like, frowns and says, I'll smack you with my
Smack
tail.
It
They're
does seem
fucking
like
going for it.
There was a
And
fire here that I forgot to change.
Freya just hears chirps, but Colbert is saying, and I'll smack you with my wings.
Freya kind of sits back on their haunches and just sighs and says, look, you don't know what I'm capable of. And Freya sort of gestures towards the group, like the bandits down there, and says, if I wanted to, I could probably eat them all. But I won't.
Freya! You even dropped the baby voice.
Yeah.
Like, if I wanted to, I could eat them all.
And they just kind of sigh and say, I know you think I'm a baby, and sometimes I act like it, but I'm not. I can handle my own.
She gets where they're going at, but it's even then kind of not the point. Went off by yourself, and he can't say that right now because he's bird. If I unbird, would I fall?
No, you're kind of like in a little divot in the rocks.
Okay, because I don't want them to also hear either.
Yeah.
All right, I'll unbird. All right, and then I'm gonna say, Freya, I know what you're getting at. I know you're capable. I know you survived for so long. without us, obviously. But even then, you went off without telling us your plan. You went off without telling us anything. This is something that you must at least tell us. You know?
Teamwork.
They sigh a little bit and say, and then we would have wasted time by arguing because nobody would have wanted me to do it.
That is a fair point.
Time that they, as Freya gestures to the bandit group down the rocks, could have used to ambush us.
Yeah. I see your point.
Freya sort of like goes forward towards you a little bit and says, I'm just gonna need you to trust me on this one. And then you see them as they start to strip all of their clothes off.
Oh. Oh.
It's feral time.
Fair time.
Oh shit.
Feral time.
And
It's
Cobart
feral
is
time.
gonna say, all right, but we're gonna continue this later. I'm gonna spot you. I'm gonna turn back into a bird, so that way there's more room and stuff like that. But
Freya
talk about
sort
this
of
later.
tosses you their clothes, and you see them kind of like adjust their neck and roll their shoulders, and then you kind of feel a flare of energy around them,
Oh.
and they sort of
I
like
mean, yeah, technically they are a half-baked god.
Yes.
and you can see as their fur like bristles, and they start to grow a little bit.
Oh shit, it's feral time.
It's feral time.
Yes.
The horns
Oh,
on their head, which are
shit.
usually rather petite, sort of grow out and twist and spiral.
Oh.
Their claws are long and dig into the rock, and their fangs stick far out beyond the reaches of their lips as
Yeah.
saliva drips down them.
Mhm.
They look like a feral creature.
Oh,
They
damn.
are a
Terrifying.
Let's go.
They look like something that is ready to tear and rip into
Oh,
whatever
no.
it finds. They give you one last
Don't
nod,
kill them.
and then they begin stalking again as they
All right.
slowly slide over the rocks.
I'm just gonna be backup.
Are you just gonna watch Freya and what they do?
Pretty much. I'm just being
just
backup. I'm
try to
making sure that they don't get hurt.
Yeah. The bandits, you can see, they're kind of waiting by the edge of the rocks, sort of peeking around, watching as the group is very slowly approaching.
Mhm.
And they're like debating on if they want to try to attack and get absolutely decimated, or if they just run.
Carpathia's
And
mechanics to stress
they-
the dolls.
They don't notice until Freya jumps down into the campsite and they hear the thud of the paws hit the ground. And they whip around, and Freya is crouched on the ground, and they growl and snarl.
Oh.
Yes.
They allow saliva to drip from their mouth as they
Oh.
swing their tail around threateningly and start stalking towards the bandit group.
Angie cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bandits are horrified. Freya, by now, they have grown to the size larger than a horse.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh,
lengthwise, they're not as tall as a horse, but they're big.
oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And they are basically pushing the bandits out onto the road. They're flushing them out.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
look at them go! Look at them go!
So
The other guy sees this. Holy shit.
the rest of the group, you hear snarling and growling, and then
Oh.
slowly you see the bandit group. They're like clutching their weapons tight and backing up slowly.
Kalina, she does like at first like try to draw her sword, but then she realizes, wait, but what are they backing up from?
Oh my god.
So then she turns her eyes towards where they're backing up from.
Yeah. You can't see Freya because they're still behind the rock from where they came out, but you can hear them. But you don't know it's Freya.
Oh.
You just hear a wild animal.
Interesting.
It sounds mad.
Kalina, she's just it's like,
Holy shit.
what is that?
Nobody says anything, but the guards in front ready their swords. And the horses are a little spooked. They're kind of like
Oh no.
rearing their heads up and like chuffing really loudly
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
unease.
Tigak's just
Like, can we
kind of
see the
staring
creature yet,
ahead.
or can we can only just like hear it?
Yeah. You cannot see Freya. The bandits are fully in the road now. And you can hear the animal around the corner. You've by now stopped and you're just watching them to see what happens next.
Yeah, Kalina's eyes just keep going back and forth between the bandits and wherever the fuck the creature's coming from.
Yeah. Hi, Ben. We are
Hi,
having
Ben.
Oh, hi, Ben.
a
We are having a very intense
We're having
moment.
a moment.
all
my
of you can
God.
hear one of the bandits says, I don't want to be eaten.
Oh,
I don't want to be eaten. And almost as soon as he says that, you hear basically a roar from the creature around the corner. And
Oh man.
the bandits basically turn heel and start running. And you can hear thump, thump, as like the paws hit the ground to start running.
oh.
Holy shit.
And Colbert, you see Freya basically rear up and take off sprinting
Oh my
towards
god.
the bandit group.
Oh,
I'm gonna follow?
Freya
this is fascinating.
and you, the rest of the group, you see what looks like a bigger Freya, like a grown-up Freya, sprint
Oh.
out from behind the rocks after the bandits,
Oh,
snarling,
shit.
mouth dripping with drool, as it starts chasing after the bandits, and they just run. and
Freya would probably be able to catch up to them pretty easily.
they do.
Yeah.
They don't make it more than 20 feet from where they started running before Freya is caught up with them.
Oh.
And you see the creature just sort of skid next to them and swipe their tail at their legs,
Oh.
taking all of them out.
Yikes.
Some of them were running so fast that even after they hit the ground, they skid and tumble.
Ooh.
Oh my
Ow.
god.
Down. Ow. Damn. Yeah, like, does Kalina recognize that it looks like kind of like Freya?
Yeah, you do.
Kalina,
Holy
she
shit.
just, like, her eyes are wide and she, like, adjusts her glasses. And she's probably wearing her contacts today, to be honest.
Yeah.
Too much sand.
Yeah, too much sand. Yeah, she's just like, Freya. Like, in amazement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, you could do this.
After the bandits are grounded, Dusk signals the guards in front, and they race over to the bandits, sort of circling them to trap them from running. And Colbert, what's she gonna do, buddy? You're birding.
Same reaction as me. I'm gonna go fly down to the ground. Unbird and just go, oh, Freya, that's awesome! Yes! Just, yes.
I'm guessing the group is probably gonna, like, ride the horses and everything closer and whatnot.
Yeah, everybody's like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
In the carriage, and he's just like, it's just like, what the
Exactly.
fuck's going on?
Peeks out of the
Tegak
carriage.
is
What the
completely
fuck?
silent.
Like, holy fuck. That was visceral.
That was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So yes, Ben, what does Anastasius do?
Yeah.
Peeking out of the carriage.
Okay, first and foremost, Anastasia fully steps out of the carriage, doesn't just peek out.
He's like, holy
He-
shit.
He in the draconic sign, it says, "What in the cinnamon toast fuck was that?"
What
the
the-
cinnamon toast
What
fuck.
in the cinnamon toast fuck?
Cinnamon toasted fuck.
Cinnamon
then-
toasted fuck.
And then he quickly turns to the rest of the party and just asks, "Am I drunk, or did y'all see that too?"
No, you're
Oh,
not.
we saw that.
Okay, good.
What
And then
the
he-
cinnamon toast fuck is- it's the break time sign.
Yep.
The OG.
It's the OG break time
One little
Oh,
sign.
flash
XP's
of it.
going.
Yep,
XP's
one
going.
flash. Oh shit, he going.
It's Titanic time.
It's Titanic time.
So yeah. Anastasia then is looking back at the what looks like adult Freya and just says, "Not drunk, good to know." Sure. Then turns back with the confused question of, should we go after that? Or it, or them?
I believe we should approach, yes, just slowly.
You can kind of see that the bandits are just sort of all on the ground, like, covering their heads, and they're like,
Yeah, Kalina, like, she sees this, she's like, yeah, we'll be fine. We can approach.
Yeah.
we'll be fine. They're
They're
Yeah.
dish rags.
kind of
Fine.
sniveling right now.
They're dish rags.
I mean, how would you react if a fucking, basically a lion?
Like a dish rag.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd be a dish rag
I'm,
as well.
I'm not blaming them. I'm just stating
Yeah,
that they are dish
I'd
rags.
also be a dish rag.
I would also be a dish rag.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think that's just the all-around reaction.
That's a
Everyone just
valid
thinks I'm a dish rag.
response to being fucking chased by a lion.
Become dish
Yeah,
rag. Just wet and flop.
Yeah. Become dish rag.
Become dish rag.
Freya is
I'm gonna write
basically
that on the side
standing
of my
over
notes.
them, like growling every now and again at
Yeah.
them. Sometimes kind of stepping on them a little bit.
Well, like if they try to move to escape, it's like,
Yeah.
You're staying
Look at them
here.
go.
Look at them.
By then, by now the party has kind of surrounded the bandit group. One of them, is kind of like crying a little bit. And he's like, call it off, call it off.
Call it off, man.
He's like, this is
it's not
obviously
fucking
your
worth it.
this is obviously your creature.
Okay, call off your attack dog, please.
We're fine.
Call off the guard dog.
We're chill. We're cool.
Kalina, she, steps off her horse, and she looks to the guards and asks, are they secure? Do you need them restrained?
I think they're fine, honestly.
Dusk kind of just looks down at the pathetic, groveling men on the floor and says, I don't think they can do much.
Alright. Kalina, she, steps forward a bit. She doesn't take down her hood. I'm just imagining, like, she's just, like, almost, like, cast in shadow, because, like, the sun would be behind her.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they just see this hooded figure. It's like, and she says, now, we have a few questions for you. You think you can answer that?
They just sort of nod.
Nod, like, hastily, just like, yeah.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't eat us.
And Kalina says, good. Now, first off, why are you here?
One of them very slowly sits up, and he looks to be the leader of the group. He's got some sort of armor that's a little different from the rest of the group. So he stands out. He says, a boss. He sent us here.
To do what, exactly?
Well, he's a little vague, but he told us to look out for a lady in purple.
Ah.
Oh. Oh, shit.
see. And, what's this boss's name?
Well,
Would his name be Tobias Vento?
yes, ma'am.
Clearly you can see her straighten and just says, very well. Fuck, what are other questions I can ask?
You can ask them where he is.
Yeah, and okay, yeah. And Kalina asks, and where is he? Right now.
I don't know the specifics, but I know that the headquarters that we work out of, he's usually there. It's in Lower Ventrica. I don't know if he has any bases up in the Upper Ventrica, but that's all I know. We're just footmen.
Hmm.
We don't interact with them. We only receive letters.
Of course. She never liked getting his hands dirty. And you said you were out looking for a lady in purple.
Yeah. He didn't tell us why or who she was. Just said that either to kill her or bring her to him. Whichever was easier.
Looks like both options aren't easy.
But it's a good opportunity for us.
Mm-hmm.
And Kalina, like, if you were able to see her face, you could almost just see, like, rage in it. Like, she is in business mode. She is in business.
Yeah.
It's been a while since she's been able to go, like, fully in business mode.
Yeah.
Ooh.
One of the younger ones speaks up and he kind of clasps his hands, like begging. And he says, "Please, we're not bad people. They sold us off to him."
Damn.
That doesn't surprise me. The entire time I knew him, he only wanted me for the money.
The leader kind of he's like breathing really heavy and he looks at you and he says,
He's like, who are you?
"So you must be her then, right? The one he
Kalina,
wants?"
she, takes down her hood. That would be me, yes. Lady Kalina Brightwood.
"How do you know him? Why does he want you?"
Just over a year ago, he was my fiance. I was going to marry him. And then...
Guess you're lucky you didn't.
Oh yes, quite. I found out that he was cheating on me, and then I basically ruined his life. Sullied his name, dragged it through the dirt, called off the wedding, and he was cast out of Creedile. Serves him right. But now he's made a home here, I suppose, and dragging as many people down with him as he can.
The bandit group just kind of looks like, they're shocked. They're like, "Oh, dang.
It's like, oh, this is some tea.
Oh, God, the tea.
Yeah.
The tea, sis. It's hot.
The tea.
Hot as this desert. Let's go." But, they're just kind of sitting there. They're like, "I don't know whether to beg for my life or..." Freya has kind of like traveled around to where they're like standing next to you and you can hear them breathing.
Aww.
You can hear them breathing like a big cat. Big cat
Yeah.
breathing.
Kalina, she kind of reaches up, like, while still looking at these guys to just, like, kind of pet Freya on the head.
Freya kind of bumps you.
Oh, baby.
Bib.
And
Uh.
Kalina says, you said that he wanted me dead or alive, correct?
Yeah. He knows that he can't control some of the people he employs. Some of them are too bloodthirsty.
Sounds like someone I know.
And Tegak, who's still on her horse because she's attached to the carriage. And just kind of from the back, she just, has her hand to her mouth and just kind of goes, "We can still kill him."
Not yet. I think it's time for a bit of a reunion. Don't you think?
The bandits kind of like a little horrified, like glance between each other, like, oh
Like,
god.
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do to us? To him? I mean, it's none of our business what you do to him, but what about us?
Okay, fine. Honestly, I can see this going two ways. Either we let them go and they're free off to do whatever the fuck they want to do, or we can use them and basically like have them fake bringing Kalina to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
We
like-
get captured.
Yeah, like,
We get
Yeah,
captured.
oh no, we get captured. They got Kalina
Oh,
and then everyone
no.
else surrendered. Oh no.
Oh no.
so very quickly,
Mia es un asesino
Y-
lento.
may I put Anastasia just quickly side eyes Kalina and is like, I've heard stories, but I didn't know your ex was this fucking crazy, man.
Damn, he crazy. Dodged a
Damn,
bullet
he
there.
crazy.
You really dodged a bullet, Colleen.
Oh, he
She's
just
dodged
chose
a lot of
because
things.
Until I caught him cheating that day. But yes, I believe a reunion is in order. And you all, she points to the whole group, like the whole group of bandits, are going to assist in that.
They kind of just look
I've
at you,
heard
a little
that if
fearful.
you come in, yeah. I heard that if you come in empty-handed, he'll have your heads. Correct?
They nod.
All right. So we can both benefit from this then. You would all turn me in, as it were, and you provide all the necessary information that we'll need. Because let me tell you, when I say that I am going to bring Tobias Vento to the ground, I'm keeping that promise. I never back out on a promise.
They just kind of nod. They just kind of nod, like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, I like
Like,
this
yes, ma'am.
Kalina.
Get it! Get it, girl!
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The youngest
Kill
one
him,
kind of like,
kill him.
very shakily raises his hand, and he's like, I don't think they'll believe us if we say that just the 5 of us, were able to successfully ambush this big of a group.
Well, if you had gotten me first, let's just say that a few were willing to surrender.
Yeah.
One
They
of
don't have
the
to know
one
that
of the
we're
older
all here.
one of the older guys says, Tobias is arrogant, but he's not that fucking stupid.
I want to
We may
bring
have
in
to,
everyone.
Fake a few casualties, as it were.
The leader, he sits up a little further and he says, may I propose something?
Of course. We're going to be working together after all.
He nods and he says, there are more that are like us, not in it for the bloodshed or the money, just to pay our debts or forced servitude. We can band them together. There'll be enough that we would have been able to overthrow your group. But
Alright.
on one condition. You make sure
Elena,
that
she raises an eyebrow.
you make sure that we are no longer bound to him.
Oh, trust me. I plan on it. And making sure that every single person bound to that man will be free from him for the rest of eternity.
He nods, and then he very slowly gets up and he holds out his hand to you as he like pulls down his mask. And you can see that he looks pretty young, but he's heavily scarred and his face is, you know, dirty, dark eye bags. But you can still see how young he is. He can't be much older than you.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
think Kalina, she,
shake on it.
oh, go ahead. Kalina, she, sees his face and her eyes soften and she smiles a little bit. And she says, shake on it. And she, grasps his hand in her own and, gives a firm shake.
He nods and he says, right. About 2 miles up the road, going up that way, we have a halfway camp. There should be enough people there, like-minded like us. If you just follow about half a mile behind us, we'll stage an ambush.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
He nods, and then he gestures for all his men to get up, and they very slowly get up, making sure to stay pretty clear of Freya.
And Kalina, she laughs and just like says, don't worry, Freya's harmless. For the most part.
You
For the
hear
most
a
part.
very low laughing sound. It's like, it's Freya's laugh, but it's very deep.
Yeah. Base boosted.
Freya just laughs. Big
And
rumbly.
Kalina just, gives a little scratch behind the ear. Yes, you did good. Unexpected, but not unwelcome. Very proud of you, Freya.
You can hear their tail thumping against the ground in happiness.
Baby.
But,
Clever.
the bandits, group together, and they'll be like, alright, just wait for a little moment and then follow behind us.
Alright.
And then they go over and they gather up their things that are at the camp and throw sand over the small fire to snuff it out.
Oh no, you can prevent wildfires.
Fires. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're faking. Oh.
Oh my god, this is a new Kalina.
I am so proud of myself.
This is a
Yeah.
villain arc. Revenge arc.
I mean,
hell
hey,
yeah.
like, yeah. Yeah, it's more like, because, like, usually
Yeah.
with these kinds of problems, like, involving Tobias, she just ran away. She's not running away this time.
She's taking the
She is
fight right to
facing
him.
this She is taking it right to him. And she's gonna make sure that he is brought to justice.
Justice.
Justice!
Banana.
Material voice. Justice.
Justice!
I am justice itself.
I am justice.
I love Tyrael so much.
We love
Oh, we
him.
love Diablo.
We love Diablo in this household.
Mm-hmm.
I made
Love it.
Finn start playing it, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Of course
Awesome.
you did.
They're a witch doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love witch doctor. They love zombie dog.
Right? It's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
They like the spiders,
Yeah.
though. They like spider.
Good for them.
They think the spider jar is very funny.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
got a jar of spiders. I got a jar of spiders.
Guess what's inside of it? Spiders? Yeah!
Poor Jade.
Eat.
But yeah, anyway.
Spiders.
Oh.
After the bandits pack up, they pull out what looks like, rings. Like little, sort of gnarly looking rings on chains around their necks. And they put it to each of their mouths and blow into it, and it makes a little whistle sound. And then a steed, not a horse, but definitely a creature you can ride, is summoned beneath them, and they mount. It's Torrent. Torrent.
It's fucking Torrent.
It's Torrent. I needed a way for them to be able to, at a respectable pace, get ahead of you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
So they mount their spirit steeds.
Weird steed.
And the steeds are very interesting looking. They kind of blend in with the red rock a little bit.
I love. Torrent dyed
Fun
his
fact.
hair.
And they're the size of horses, but they're not quite equine-like. They're a little demonic in nature looking.
I love that
Cool.
for them.
Their maws are fanged, and the sounds that they make are sort of warped and strange. They have very gnarly curled horns, and
Ooh.
their tails are short and thin with no hair.
Ooh.
And you can see the veins underneath their skin bulging out.
Oh dang.
The
Ah, dang.
demon horses. Demon horses.
Demon.
Dwayne.
Demon horse.
Yeah. The bandits spur their steeds and ride ahead. And you see them get a little bit ahead of you, and then one of them like waves above his head, gesturing you to follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now
And Kalina hops back on Indigo and says, "Well, better get off then, shall we?"
Mm-hmm.
you hear Freya sort of rumble next to you. Freya is still in their big form.
Woo. They be floppy.
Yeah.
Fluffy.
They decide
Kalina,
they
like,
are
like,
just going
yeah.
to ride alongside the group,
Yeah.
trotting along.
Yeah. Kalina, she does look at Freya and just says, "You're not gonna get too hot like that, are you?"
They sort of chuff a little bit and shake their head.
All right, just making sure.
They're not super duper fluffy, except around their head. They're like a lion, really.
That is
Fluffy.
so cool.
They still fluff though.
They're still fluff.
Still a fluff.
Lions sleep for like a lot of the day
Yeah.
for the heat and stuff. I would do too, honestly.
They're
I do,
cats. Cats
actively.
sleep forever.
That's true.
Yep.
Cats sleep
That's
20
useful.
hours a day.
Yep.
By now, It is about 1 p.m.
Ooh. Okay.
And with any luck, you will make it to Lower Ventrica by the time the sun sets.
Or at the very least, the camp.
The camp, you'll get there sooner, within like an hour
Oh.
or so, but
Oh,
once you've been captured, getting to
Wink.
Lower Ventrica will take a little while, and then it'll be sundown by the time plan is in full action.
Yeah. Gonna
Hell yeah.
bring this man down.
Whoa!
You follow the bandit troop up the cliff face, and by now you have to start going single file. And after a little bit, the trail opens up, and you can see the bandits ahead of you. One of them puts their hand up as like a pause.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ride ahead, and you can see some smoke rising in the distance. The bandit hideout is close, and they need just a little bit of extra time to debrief the people.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
After a little bit, you see what looks like flashing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kind of just see like somebody who's tilting a little piece of metal, like shining metal, so that it reflects the
Yeah.
sun as a signal for you all to come towards the camp.
Ah,
Okay.
let's go.
Let's go.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, none of the above. Oh, I hope you're all ready for a showdown.
Let's fucking go.
So-
Kalena's just like, and I think we know how this is going to end. I don't feel so good about this. Kalena says with like a very cheeky grin.
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
So you ride in, and you see that basically all the bandits are kind of waiting for you. Like, you know, just waiting in a circle around the camp.
Yeah.
And you ride into the middle of it, and the leader from before that you had met, he steps out with like the bigger leader of this hideout area. And he says, "All right, time to capture you."
Yes. Capture. Oh no. How frightening.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do? And Kalina, like, she does like a dramatic thing and almost flops on Indigo.
Indigo just kind of
I am
chuffs,
the
like, "What are
wee
you doing?"
dame, and we're being captured by ruthless bandits.
Oh my
And
god.
whatever shall we do? And Kalina,
Is she actually
she
doing
says
this?
and like she starts devolving into laughter.
Is she actually?
Oh my
And
god.
she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore."
The bandits all kind of like, they're chuckling a little bit, like, and
I was like, "Oh, this looks fun. I
he's-
like her."
and the leaders say, all right, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take the biggest of your weapons to make it look like you're unarmed. We'll keep them safe, and we'll give them back to you when the time is right. But if you've got anything small, make sure to hide it well."
Kalina, like, she takes out her pen and then she just kind of discreetly shoves it in between her boobs.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
It
So
worked, yeah.
some of the bandits go around and, you know, they take everybody's big weapons and then they, like, you know, they wrap them up with cloth and tie them up with rope. And then sort of toss them in the back of their own carriages.
Yeah.
And then they get
Hagok
everybody...
just like glared at the person as she hands them her massive fucking sword.
Many weapons.
And the poor
Yep.
the poor kid
It's like
that has to take your sword,
It's like
sort of
the
poor kid that has to take your sword, Tagok, kind of like their knees buckle a little bit under the weight of you just dropping it on them.
Aw.
Like, you need help, kid?
I think I
She
got
does
it.
not look happy, but she's letting it happen.
Yeah. But the bandits then sort of create a little bit of a fortification around the group on their steeds and begin leading you up the cliff face now that the trail is a bit wider.
Yeah.
And
I'm guessing we're on foot now.
no, you're still on your horses,
Oh, we're still on our
but
horses.
you're
okay.
unarmed and you're sort of being surrounded by everybody.
Yeah.
And the amount of bandits there's a lot of them. There's about 30 to 40.
Oh, damn.
30 to 50
Oh,
feral
man.
hogs.
Oh my god.
This is why I need an AR-15.
Oh my god.
If y'all know, y'all know.
Oh my god.
I do not know. Sag.
It's a Twitter thing. I'll have to show you later. 30
Okay.
to 50 feral hogs.
I do not have Twitter anymore.
Oh, you deleted Twitter?
It got hacked.
Oh.
Again?
I basically cannot use it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it happened twice, and the second time it just
Elon
I only use Twitter to interact with Rise artists.
Musk, fix your
Yeah.
fucking app. Fix the app you stole.
You know he's not.
Fix the app you
He's-
stole.
there's no
He's-
HR.
There is no HR in
You can say
the company.
your resume. You can say in your resume that you have worked in Twitter, and there's no way they can check because they
The
don't have
company
HR.
literally does not have an HR.
Love that.
He's actively making it worse.
Love that. Great job on ruining things. Anyways.
It's what he does best.
Yeah.
So there's about anywhere from 30 to 50 bandits that are now
Yeesh.
leading you from the camp into the Lower Ventrica. It takes a few hours,
Oh.
but you are led into Lower Ventrica, and it looks kind of just a little trashy. This is the lower income part of the empire. This is the slums. But people kind of cautiously watch the group as it is led through the city. And
Kalina's like trying to play the part or something. Like, you
Everybody
know, like,
pretend to
"Oh,
be
you
upset."
Can't do this, blah blah blah.
I don't have to pretend.
everybody
Yeah,
everybody
Tagok doesn't have to
except
pretend.
Tagok pretend to be upset.
She's just mad. She's like, I don't like this, but fine.
Fuck off. But you are led basically to the entire opposite side of the city, or this part of the city, to it's basically an overthrown church. They've they've
Oh.
taken over the church. It's
Oh.
Yeah.
it's fortified with, There are spears that are stuck in the ground outside. There are boards that are covering up the beautiful stained glass windows.
Mm.
And there are
I feel like
banners
I'm gonna
painted
put
with...
up so then, like, they can dramatically. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are banners that are painted either with something made from the red rock of the surrounding area or blood. You can't tell
Bloody.
which.
Can I say my thing?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like Kalina's definitely gonna have like her hood up, and then like like they dramatically rip it off. It's like we have what you asked for.
Let us go now.
Yeah. But you are led to the front of the church, and then they have you dismount, and they take your horses over to a side stable and tie them up, and then lead you in.
Yeah.
And then the leader says, "All right, and we don't really want to do this, but we're going to have to restrain you. All you have to do is pretend to be restrained. These knots aren't going to be tight,
Alright.
and you can basically undo them in one pull."
Alright.
That's fine.
And then the bandits do a special knot, and they tie your hands behind your back and do it so one end of the rope is clutched between one of your fists, and if you just yank it, the whole knot comes undone.
Whoa.
And they do a little demonstration for you to show.
Ah.
Tigog is not happy.
And Kalina is also really nervous right now. Like you could beginning to see like the nervousness slowly kind of seep into her expression.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of like what? Like I thought, why do they know that? It's like, oh, that's why they know that.
Horny.
Ignore me.
Horny.
Ignore me.
You are
So-
a slut.
Ignore me.
What?
What?
Why would you know a knot that the person who's captured can undo? Oh, that's why. Horny.
Kalbar's just asking that. He's like,
Oh.
that's why.
Oh. Really? Okay.
Kalina, she tries to smack
Okay.
Albert upside the head, but she has the knot. She has her hands.
Just looks angrily at him like, are you fucking kidding me?
Tigog's not paying attention. She's just radiating right now.
She wouldn't understand anyways.
No.
Yeah.
She's just radiating. And
Too
but also trying not to just burn the fucking rope off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The leader says, all right, we've already sent some of the younger boys to find Tobias and bring him here so that he can flaunt his ego about it for a good 20 minutes. And then,
Yes, that does sound like him.
I suppose it's up to you what you're gonna do with him.
Yes, I suppose. You can see that Kalina's like her expression is very mixed. Like angry, nervous, sad. Just a lot of emotions are coming to the surface right now.
Actually, like, for real, what are we gonna do? Is the plan to attack him? To kill him? To maim him? What is it?
I know it's Kalina refuses to kill him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She refuses to kill him.
Probably.
Kalina refuses to kill him.
There are multiple people here who want to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kalina's probably gonna have to do her best to have nobody kill him yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But like,
God, the day that Nyoka comes into the crew,
I can't
or like the
fucking
day
believe
after,
this. I can't fucking believe
It's like-
this, mate.
it's like, so
Alright.
this is the bias that Dad mentioned.
So this is that
So-
bitch.
He was angry about it over dinner.
Yes, Anastasius.
So very quickly, Anastasia's what like before the demonstration, but after being tied up, he, he, someone may be able to like see his eyes kind of have a flashback to what I'll call all the war,
He's having
and
nom
it just
flashback. He just
and
kind of glazes over, very distant. Just like,
yeah.
"Oh,
Then
God."
he starts to shake and buckles
Oh
like
no.
not again, by the gods, not again.
Oh no.
Anastasius is having a bad time.
Oh no.
Oliver's gonna ask him if he's okay.
Anastasia,
Are you okay, man?
Anastasius looks at Colbert and says, "No, oh, I am getting flashbacks to the war, man."
Oh my
And,
god.
and then, and it does help that, and I don't have enough water to deal with this pink heat, man.
Um,
Just just like back in the war.
The war.
he's gonna mix. He's gonna get some water, like using his water bending, and just like
Great
Using
pirate
water
war.
bending,
much.
drags a water skin over and just dumps it on him.
pretty much.
Technically, if
Anastasius,
something
did you-
has water in it, he can telekinesis it.
That's how blood bending works.
Vibes. But yeah.
Blood bending.
Anastasius
Horrifying.
just says thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Now it's just the waiting game. Let's see when he shows up. So, you're sitting there, you're waiting. Even the bandits are becoming increasingly anxious. The leader is pacing and just waiting to see if the men he sent off to retrieve Tobias come back with any news at all. And you can see as the sun sets and now it is dark outside and it begins to cool off.
You can see that Kalita is really nervous. She has her hood up, but you can see that she's nervous now.
After
She's a good actor.
After about 2 hours of waiting in the church, the door opens very slowly, and a young bandit comes in, and he talks to the leader, and they're talking low enough that you can't hear them, but you can kind of get the vibe that some shit's up. But the leader he rubs his temples and he's like, "Oh God, of course." And then he starts walking towards the group and he's like, "All right, you can take off your restraints."
Something the matter?
Not the matter, but well, maybe. We don't know what he's planning. Well, it has been requested that you are brought to Upper Ventrica. Specifically... And then he, takes a deep breath and closes his eyes before he says this. Lyona's temple.
What?
Well, we're heading there anyways.
Well, I don't know what Tobias has planned.
So he does have control over this whole city, doesn't he?
Maybe not the whole city, but he's planning something. And then he waves over the person he sent. He's like, did he say anything else? Did you hear anything? And the kid, he looks to be like maybe 15. And he kind of he wrings his hands together and he says, well, oh, I don't think anybody wants to hear this, but he kind of like looks to the group and then back at the leader, and then he like leans in and whispers in his ear. And then the leader just kind of, you see his face kind of scrunch up in disgust, and he says, oh god, it's fucking sick.
What?
He plans to sacrifice you.
The fuck?
What?
He wants to kill you in front of Lyonia as a sacrifice to prove that he is fully embodied the sin of wrath.
Oh my god. Covers just says
Selena.
that.
She hears this, and one by one the tears start to fall. And she breaks down crying.
He just kind of like looks at you for a second, and then he takes out a bit of a dirty rag, but you know, and he sort of kneels down and he goes to like help you dry off your face and hand you the rag, and he's like, listen, we're not gonna let that happen. I mean, god, that's the most sick thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I know that. Just I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. Before I had discovered what he was originally planning, he was sweet, kind, loving. Did he really even care about me? At all?
He just kind of looks down at you. He's like, you know, concerned, and says,
Yeah.
don't even give that man a minute of your thoughts. He doesn't deserve them.
This is a good man right here.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's just... It's hard. Maybe part of me still loves him.
You know what they say? To truly hate somebody, you have to have loved them first.
Yes, I suppose.
And he kind of like awkwardly puts his arm around your shoulders as he's kind of like crouching on the ground. He's like,
Oh.
I may not be very old, but I am a father myself. I've got a daughter, 3 years old,
Oh. Oh.
and I would do anything for her. If somebody like Tobias ever came along, you can bet your ass he wouldn't even make it out. spending a minute with my daughter.
He's sounding like Clement over there.
Clement just kind of,
She
ha,
got a.
Oh boy.
ha.
It's like, hell yeah, he does. Good man.
Good
Good
man.
man.
Listen. A lot of us are just working men who got into the wrong kind of situations. We're not in with this depraved shit Tobias is into. And we're not gonna let him continue it.
I know. And neither am I. You all deserve justice. In one form or another.
He smiles at you and nods. He says, "All right, let's take a quick break. We'll get something to eat before heading out to Upper Ventrica. It's not as long of a journey as it was from the halfway camp."
All right.
He sighs as he stands up and he says, "We'll be setting out in about an hour, alright?"
Okay. Kalina nods and she does cough a little bit. Her throat's a little raspy.
He nods to the group and then he leaves out of the front of the church.
My
I'm
God.
loving this so much.
And that is where I am going
No.
to end tonight's session.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Next week, we will
Nice.
come back and you will finally get to face off with Tobias.
Nice.
Oh.
Yay.
I don't even know what I'm gonna fucking do to him. I'm so excited.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Anyways, good night, everybody. We will see you next week.
Good night,
And we
folks.
will-
8 p.m. CST.
And we'll be killing the ex-fiance. Have a good night, everybody.